Ho, ho, ho! How are you? Are you ready to party? Or something. Party in a very loose COVID sense of the word. Hopefully, can you all hear me? See me? I'm wearing a hat, so it must be Christmas. I've got tea, but I've also got a can of Ghost Ship. I don't want to jump into the beer and the tea too quickly because it's going to be a 2-hour stream tonight. So, I don't want to have to break out for a bathroom or comfort break or anything like that. So I'll go easy on the liquid. Special guests. I've got some in the green room right now, so I'm going to jump into those in a moment. People are going to just come and go as they please, like a normal party. In fact, I was a little bit worried. You know, when you invite people to parties, you're never quite sure who's going to show up. But most people have said they can make it. But I'm sure, there may be a few people that can't, but that's fine. Oh, Daryl Wilson has just said that he can't because it's 3:30 over in Thailand, wherever it is. He lives somewhere over that way. So he's in bed. But I said if he can't sleep, he can drop in for a cold one. Why not? It's Christmas. So let's just do a few quick hellos to the WP Eaglers that are in tonight. Who have we got in? Kono, Adrian, good to see you. Femi, J5, Josh, hello. Kieran Windsor. Marchants UK Homebrew is in, and Sue's in, and Phil is in as well, who is a WP Eagler and a moderator. Other moderators are R7 Eagle and Helen, of course, who will be keeping an eye on you, making sure that you will behave yourself, especially if you're drinking. I know what you like. But anyway, the flow tonight is just going to be keep it simple, keep it casual. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep the hat on. My head is already starting to itch. We're going to be talking about work. We're going to be talking about other things. Looking forward, looking back, usual kind of Christmas stuff. I say we're going to run till about 10:30 UK time, which is 2 hours. And by the way, there's links to everyone who appears on the stream, and maybe links to people who don't appear on the stream. You'll find links to their channels and stuff below. But anyway, I'm going to switch into Zoom right now, and we'll see who we've got in the green room. Transition. Hey, look who it is. Amelia and Adrian, first to the party. Leave early, start early, finish early. Oh, hang on. Morton's here. Can you can you just let me know if you can hear them? I don't think, can we not hear you? Okay, hang on. Let me just check the audio.
Hey, Morton, what's going on, brother?
Hey,
Love
how's
the
it going?
hat.
Hey.
So
Are you
far,
getting sound now,
they can't
people?
hear me.
Tell me you're getting sound.
I'm off.
Good to see you guys.
Hang on.
How about now?
I gotta move my screen over here so that we
no
can
sound?
see each other.
Okay, still no sound. Hang on. There's always going to be some technical issues. Get your hats on.
This is my baby girl's hat.
Okay, no.
This is
Now there is
also
sound.
Max's hat.
That's like my nightmare, right? To be streaming for like an hour and realize at all that it's
Okay.
just...
Sound is working. Hello, how are we all?
Excelente.
What's going on?
Cheers.
Morton's got a beer. That's perfect. So I'm going to open my beer in a minute. Are you guys still working out? That was one of my questions, actually. Do you guys work all the way up to Christmas Eve, or have you called it a day already and you're on holiday?
I'm fully on holiday. The kids are home and they don't have school. And so basically we engage in an entire day, 24/7 of destroying my house.
Okay. That's
That
fine.
is the work.
Morton, are you still working?
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff coming up January 2nd, as you guys know. Emilia's great idea about building a site together with my community. So I'm planning. And yeah, so I'm thinking about niches all day long and all that stuff. But it's all great. It's mostly with a beer or other Christmassy things like.
Yeah, so it's not kind of proper work. It's just a bit of work. And obviously the kids are at
What
home
about
and
you,
stuff.
Alex? Are you still working?
A little bit. I worked on putting that thumbnail together for this video and a few other bits and bobs. I'm still in the middle of recording a really long video, so I'm chipping away at that whenever I can. But no, I like to wind down, especially as the kids are home. It's quite tricky to work, and we're all in lockdown as well. So, I mean, it's a nightmare, really. You've got to keep the kids entertained. You've got to take them out for at least an hour a day, I find. Otherwise, it's tense.
That's crazy.
Well, it's
Tense.
terrible that they need our attention, right? That they actually need us to stop and like, hey, mom, dad, what's up? Pay attention to me.
100%.
Yeah, that's why it's better if you can get them to meet up with a friend or whatever, because they can kind of entertain themselves, can't they?
That's why you can't call it holidays right now because, apparently until February, the school doesn't reopen. So it's a nightmare for parents.
Yeah. I'm getting told that the sound is lagging. I don't know how I'm going to sync up Zoom. Let me just try something else. Can you talk now? Let me know in the chat. Is that any better? Yeah, too much is going on. I don't know if anyone will tell me. I think Helen will let me know. So yeah, I've got some questions. I'm gonna have to take this hat off. It's too hot. Now there's no sound. Oh, okay. Okay, so it has to be that one, but I don't know how I'm going to get you in sync, which is a bit annoying.
Isaisa says that I'm about to sing a song. Let's do a
Yeah,
karaoke.
Let's do some karaoke. You look like
We'll do
that
karaoke
mic.
while nobody can hear.
And mom and dad can only wait.
They're going to think that we look like we're having a great time. They're like, wait a second, this is not fair.
I hardly wait for school to start again. That's how it is, right?
Oh, we're back. Apparently we're back and they can
Yeah.
hear us.
Sound is
I
good.
think what I'm going to do to you guys, I think it's because it's Zoom is just a bit not great for this, because I'm kind of recording it off Zoom like a screen capture. So what I'm going to do, as there's only 4 of you, which is fine, I can have 4 guests. I'm going to send you another very quick link.
Right.
The one we've done before. Those of you that have been on with me before will know
The Ecamm one.
the Ecamm one, which should be better.
All right, I'll log out of this. I'll be back.
Yeah. Where's the best way for me to send it to you guys?
Skype for
Facebook
me.
to me.
Skype. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to Skype it. Okay, we'll resume in a minute. We've got to get the technical things out the way first. It was always going to be technical nightmare for me. I can't even do it when I'm on my own, let alone when I'm inviting all these people in. So let me just drop this and we'll get rid of Zoom. Zoom has, just had too much coverage, hasn't it? Too much press.
Yeah.
We're on the BBC now. When anyone's had a video call, they say they've had a Zoom. It's like free
It's like the
advertising.
new Google world. You're zooming.
Yeah.
It's kind of stupid.
It's become just a word for video calling is zooming. Okay,
I like Zoom. It's really great, but you just have to play around with it.
Yeah, I mean you've got this
Until
streaming
it-
set up
Yeah.
to a T, haven't you? There we go. I've sent it
Yeah.
to you on Facebook, Adrian.
Yes. Let me get it. Sweet. Do I need to close Zoom?
You might need to
before I go?
close Zoom. Let's let me just switch to this. Hello, it's just me for a minute. Mrs. Claus. Here we go. Hey, yeah, there we are.
See, I'm not sure I'm totally linked up now either.
No, I think you are.
How's the sound?
Yeah, it sounds fine.
All right. I'm back. I'm here.
Perfect.
Oh, but now people can't see my ears quite as well.
Is that better now, people?
There it is.
Morton, there he is. There he is. Just got to wait for
Wrong
Adrian.
webcam.
Perfect.
Sorry.
Right, chat. Let me know. Is everyone's mouth in sync with their voice?
Testing here.
I'm watching myself and it's like just like behind, so I move and then it moves.
Yeah, that's much better. Perfect. Perfect. So
We do this club dance where we all go crazy and sound like Rudolph and like freeze. Okay, that's just kidding.
right. So yeah, and let's talk about some things. So how has 2020 been to you? I mean, obviously, apart from the mass pandemic and all that stuff, from a work point of view, have you been happy with what's happened? or are you? I guess we're never going to be perfectionists, are we? We're entrepreneurs. We're never going to be happy. We can always do better. But do you feel in terms of work it went well, or is there something that you do different, or you are going to do different in 2021? Go on.
Who goes
Amelia,
first?
you go first.
Me? All right, ladies first.
Yeah.
For me, if I looked at 2020 by every goal that I set in December of last year, I failed on every single one. It was a total dumpster fire. I literally failed at everything. Every single thing I set out to do in 2020, I did not achieve. But I was in my live stream this last week talking with other friends and realized, though, that 2020 was an amazing year. So you can't just necessarily say that, okay, well, I set out all my goals and the year didn't turn out the way I planned, that I can say that it's a failure. I had a great year. I spent a ton of time creating content, and I grew all of my digital properties, even if they didn't grow as much as I wanted. I made some great friends. This is the year that I basically met all of you.
Yeah.
And those are some amazing, those are some amazing things. So, if you want to, I just think it depends on how you measure it. I grew in every way possible that you want to grow online, in skill, knowledge, traffic, friends, money. So is it a win for me?
Yeah, it sounds like it. But, so what were any specific targets that you didn't achieve or that you wanted to achieve?
Oh, I wanted to get one of my websites to a certain dollar amount of earnings per month by the end of the year. Totally didn't get there. And in fact, that site that I was planning on doing it with got destroyed by the May 4th update. And I basically fell off of it. I did exactly what I tell people not to do, which is give up. I just was like, okay, I'll work on something else. And it's just, there's so many little things that I wanted to do. I mean, I guess a lot of it has to do with how much money I wanted to be earning by the end of this year and where I wanted to be by Q4. But I think that this isn't a race, right? It's not a sprint. I'm in it for the long haul. So just because I had some projects that didn't work out the way that I had planned, or that I didn't make my income earning goals in 1 year. I mean, I was a lawyer before. I went to school for years before I was able to earn lawyer income.
Exactly.
So I don't know what it is about online where we expect to come here and be like, all right, if I don't make 6 figures in the first year, there must be something wrong with me. No, it just takes a while.
It does. It always takes longer than you think. And I think it's because the internet in general is quite instant. You get a response generally. You press a button and things happen. That we expect things to happen really quickly. But as you say, it always takes longer than you think. Patience.
Yeah, so I'm cool with it. I have a ton. I'm going to make goals in 2021 that I probably are too lofty, that I probably won't achieve. And I'll be back here in 12 months all mad at myself because I didn't get there. But I still guarantee that I'll be here. And I still guarantee that I will be earning more, that I will have more friends, that I will know more, and I'll be ahead of where I was right now. And that's honestly all I need.
Yeah, perfect. Adrian, how was 2020 for you?
Well, I don't think I can swear on this podcast, can I?
No, we're a family-friendly channel.
It started very bad. It started very, very bad. At the beginning of the year, when the pandemic started, March, I lost my job, and they sent us home for, I believe, 3 or 4 months. So, as a self-employed guy, if you don't make money, you don't earn anything. So I got into my savings, spent all of it, and but then here I am in Spain. If you guys don't follow Hasta La Vista Boss YouTube channel, or if you don't, if we're not friends on Facebook, I'm here to buy my second property as an investment. So you could say that it started really bad and it's ending really well, I would say. And that's probably the saying that it doesn't matter how it starts, it matters how it ends, right? How it's finished.
Yeah, and it's how you get there as well, I think.
Yeah. And along in between that, I had like loads of up and downs, but like Emilia was saying, I made loads of friends. I've created a YouTube channel. I've grown, I don't know, it's 1,100 subscribers or something at the moment.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
it's yeah. I mean, I didn't expect it. I said, okay, I like to talk. I like to make friends. I like to network. Some people fix call me the networking king.
Well, why not?
I like that. Why not? So I take it. Thank you.
No, networking is great, and it's not about what you know; it's who you know, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. And because I was able to make friends and network so easy. I mean, I do this in real life as well, and because of that, there's so many doors that are open to me at the moment. Um, people trying to help me, people giving me access to paid stuff that otherwise you have to spend like thousands of dollars in trainings and programs and other things. um I mean, there's so much love out there.
Yeah,
When
there's
you
a lot
make
of support. I
friends,
think there is a lot of
it's a lot of
support.
support. And you know what, people, if you're nice and you share your story with people that you know had achieved success already, some of them, they're gonna try to help you achieve your goals as well, because probably they empathize with you. They remember when they were where I am now, and
Exactly. We all had to
some
start
people,
somewhere, didn't we? Everyone did.
yeah. So overall, started really bad, but it was a great I can't say it was a great 2020, but it was awesome.
Hey, if you're still breathing and getting up every day, you're probably doing okay, really. Most
Amen,
people, you've got to
baby.
look at, if you can. It's been a bad year for a lot of people, hasn't it? And to remain optimistic, which is one thing you are very good at, Adrian, to keep a positive angle on everything. And
Yes.
you spread that positivity. And, I admire you because I know the kind of hours you work, and then you still do this YouTube stuff, you do the affiliate marketing and all the rest of it. I mean, I just do that, and that's more than enough. So, drive a crane for 8 hours or 10 hours a day. I mean, that is just crazy. So,
Honestly,
full
I'm doing
credit
my
to you,
best. I
Adrian.
mean,
You're
I listen, many people say,
inspiration.
Adrian, you're doing too many things. Maybe, but I don't know. I'm just trying to try as many things as I can, fail as many things as I can, as fast as I can, until I get one that works, I
Yeah.
guess.
Anyway, let's go on to Morton. Your year's been pretty good, I'm guessing. I mean, you managed to get your course launched, so that's something.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, and this whole YouTube thing, I mean, I started out in January. It's been a fun ride so far. I really enjoy it. I had no idea what I was getting into because I mean, I knew it was a competitive space and nothing like what we did with Go Downsize, which grew really quickly. But it's been very, very awesome. And like Adrian said, it's just been opening so many doors, and I met so many people, and that was actually what drove me to start the YouTube channel. And I mean, everything that I do with the course and the YouTube channel. So I've just been fortunate to meet so many cool guys, like including you three and a lot of
Thank
other
you.
really great
Likewise.
guys. So I'm just very, very thankful for 2020 because I know it's been hard on a lot of people. For us, it's been our best year, like business-wise, for our sites ever. I mean, I think we are also lucky to have some sites that did well with the pandemic and stuff. They didn't. I don't have any big travel sites or anything like that. So more about stuff that people do when they have a lot of time. So basically, my portfolio grew a lot. And so yeah, and I managed to get the course out. So and we just bought a new house. I mean, it's the second week here in the new house.
Oh yeah, how is it?
My new temporary office here.
How was the move? I mean, there's nothing worse than moving. It's probably the most stressful thing you can do. Maybe second to
Yeah,
having
I
children.
actually enjoyed it. I like new stuff and I like getting to a new city. I've been in the old city for 14, 15 years. I have some good friends here. So it's been really great. We decided to move Max to this kindergarten first a couple of months before, so it was not a big move for him. We're only like 13 minutes away from the old city we used to live in. So it's been really great.
Perfect. Right, I'm going to just quickly go around you and ask you some very quick questions, just kind of 1-2 word answers. Let's just see what happens. So let's start with, what is your favourite Christmas food? Let's start at the top. Amelia.
Well, favorite Christmas food versus what we only eat at Christmas. I basically eat all food year round, and there's only one food I eat only at Christmas, and that is tamales. My family, we are Mexican, and for us, Christmas is about tamales. Honestly,
Viva
tamales aren't
Mexico,
my favorite.
cabrones.
Tamales are not my favorite food of all the foods.
Now,
but tamales
do
are the
forgive
only
me, but
foods
what is
that
a
we eat at
tamales?
Christmas. Tamales, it's basically corn and meat and something spicy that will burn the inside of your mouth and throat.
Sounds awesome.
That's perfect. I always think there's an interesting thing that when I go to Spain, their diet, they don't really have much spice in the Spanish diet, do they?
No.
Adrian, don't
No,
you,
they-
like whereas in
they don't
Mexico
like
and South
spicy
America
stuff.
you get a lot of spice, but in Spain they don't really use much chili.
It's because here it's too hot anyway, so they don't need any more spice, you know.
It's quite hot in Mexico as well, I think.
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's
Then
carry
we
on. Adrian,
definitely need
Adrian, what's your favorite food?
Then we
Christmas
need a
food?
lot of spice here in Denmark in the cold north. Well, I like roast pork. I did it like 2 or 3 times already, and I'm doing like a 3 kilo beast for
Wow, yeah, that's get the
Christmas.
ham, get the pork, get the.
Yeah.
What do you have? What do you have with your roast pork? Do you have over here in the UK? We have chutney. We have a lot of chutney. We have English mustard as well.
Yeah, I
what
opened
do you
Google
like?
Translator in the other window just to figure out what it's called because I have no idea. I've never talked about food. But we have, let's see, red cabbage, and we have.
Of course, you need to have something
Yeah.
pickled. You love a good pickle up that way, don't you?
Then we have these sugary small potatoes that you roast them in sugar for a long time till they get all brownish.
Sugared potatoes. Well, that sounds
Yeah.
amazing.
I think it's a very, very old Danish thing.
They
So
sound
you
like two
literally
food
just
groups
take
that probably
the
shouldn't go
small
together, but
potatoes
hey,
that
maybe
you
it works.
find, and you just caramelize it, I think.
And Adrian, what are you going to be having in Spain?
Well, I'm gonna have something traditionally Romanian, and it's called sarmale.
Okay.
And that's some minced meat rolled into how do you call this? I think it's called I
Pastry?
forgot. No. In grapes leaves.
Vine leaves.
Yeah,
Vine
I can't. I actually I never looked into how it looks in Romanian.
Okay.
Those sound like dolmas.
Sorry, in
If
English.
you're having grape, that's what they make me think of is dolmas.
But they make it as well with cabbage. With cabbage. They make it as well with cabbage.
Okay. There's a lot of cabbage involved. Well, there always is. I mean, we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
Brussels sprouts are a big thing over here. They're very small cabbage-like things. And well, there's only one trouble with eating a lot of cabbage, isn't there? Anyway, that horn, by the way, was because Super Robot Fighting League sent a couple of super chats. I did notice that you did a few before the stream. I do appreciate it. I'm going to give all the super chats to charity from tonight's stream. So UNICEF is the chosen charity because I thought, well, they're kind of global charity, so should serve some people. So there's at least $5 New Zealand heading to them as soon as I get around to it.
Amen.
Okay, well, thank you on that. Let's move over quickly to a work-related question. Again, I just want a one-word, two-word answer.
He says, "So don't talk so much," is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's going well.
No, that's fine. Yeah, and when I say that, you might just say...
You got the wrong people in here for a one-word answer.
Oh yes, for sure. That's
Let's
for
start with Adrian on this one. What is the best hosting company?
Sure. Depends where you are in your journey, but for me, when I started, it was HostGator, and
Yeah.
now I'm using SiteGround.
Okay. Morton?
I have most of my sites on VPX. I really like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a bit pricey, though, aren't they?
Yeah, this is not a starter package for sure. Yeah.
But when you get to a certain point... Spiderweb, obviously, Phil is saying, I do recommend Spiderweb. By the way, you can get WP Eagle hosting, which is in partnership with Phil. You can find it on the website. But Amelia, who is your favourite hosting company at the moment?
Pass.
Good answer. Okay.
You want to know why I say pass?
Go on.
He's like, all right, you must talk. It's because heck if I know what I use, but how do I know if it's the best? I haven't tried them all. You want like the guru answer? I'm not the
No,
guru.
that's true.
I
And
just know what
unless
I
you
do.
try them all on a day-to-day basis, you're never going to know. And I think the best advice when it comes to hosting is you got to
Pick
move
one.
sometimes, and especially when the renewal comes, it sometimes is a good time to move if it's not too
You know
much
what? You know
hassle.
what Dennis say is the best toothbrush? The one you use.
Yeah.
Boom. There you go.
Doesn't
That
matter
deserves
which
a
one it is.
horn.
It is the one you use. The best hosting account is the one that you use. Period.
Yeah. Until they're not very good anymore, then you get rid of them, which can happen. Interestingly, the one that I would say avoid, which is a shame, is a company called Hostinger. And the only reason I've said that is because I get a lot of questions from people that download my template file for building a site following one of my tutorials. And the only people that have problems with it are people that are on Hostinger. It's weird. And in fact, I had a problem when I tried to test them out and I couldn't get my site up and running on them either. So I don't know what's going on with those guys. And when you reach out for help, they go, oh, no, it's nothing to do with us. It's a WordPress problem. So there we go. Maybe I should have said, which hosting company would you advise people to steer clear of? Anyway, so let's move on to something else more Christmassy. What is your favourite Christmas film, Adrian? Although we've already kind of touched on this before we went live, but let's talk about it again.
I don't watch TV anymore, but when I watch Home Alone,
Home Alone, good answer.
Yeah.
Morton, do you have a Christmas film that you like to watch every year?
Yeah,
Here we go.
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2. It's very Christmassy.
Yeah, you can watch it all year long. It's perfect.
Yeah,
no, really.
That is probably one of the best films ever made.
I think the Die Hard movie, if I can choose one that I would watch
Christmassy.
alone. But Maria is everything from Hallmark. I think sometimes I jump in and watch something with her.
Amelia, you mentioned Home Alone as well earlier. Is there anything else that you like to watch on a...
I would say the original Grinch that stole Christmas.
Grinch.
The cartoon.
What's that
The
terrible...
original.
That terrible Arnie one that's on every year where he's desperately trying to find that toy for his son. Remember that one? It's a terrible film. Anyway, let's talk about it. I'm going to do a quick super chat horn. Thank you, Glenn. Now, Morton will be able to tell me how much this is worth. 200 Danish kroner is that, I think.
How much that is?
200 in Danish kroner. How much is that? In real money.
Let me give you the exact number. It's $32 if you want it in dollars.
$32. Thank you, Glenn.
Around 20 pounds.
That is going to be going straight off to UNICEF. Yeah, thank you for the sound effects. Some glockenspiel. So I think Home Alone there is the go-to movie. Oh, Jason is recommending Die Hard and Love Actually. Love Actually is a good English British comedy. Have you seen Love Actually, Amelia?
Why do you ask me? Like I'm the queen of romance movies.
I love
oh well,
there's
a girl on the stream. She must have watched that one.
Well, we've all seen it. I just wondered if I don't know if it exported well. That's all I'm saying.
I saw it in the theater when it came out, and I haven't seen it again. It's not one of those that I watch every year because it was
Hugh
so
Grant
amazing.
as a kind of bumbling prime minister. It's fantastic.
Some people are into that. I'm not.
Anyway, Elf is coming in there from Nick. I've not seen Elf. I don't think I've ever seen Elf. I do apologise. But on that note, I'm going to open the beer. It's at least 9 o'clock here.
And he's like, the way this stream is going, I really need it.
I need a drink. Anyway.
Alex, were you thinking about Jingle All the Way, the movie with Arnie?
Jingle, that's the one with Arnie trying to get the toy.
Yeah.
It's a terrible film.
But you got to know your Arnie movies.
You have. And I know that no one's asked me to do my Arnie impression, which is good. Okay, I've got a couple more things.
Can you do an Arnie expression right now?
No, I really have not heard your Arnie impression. You mentioned it.
I haven't either.
That's because it's
I would
terrible.
love it.
I can only do get down.
Yeah.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Come with me if you want to live. That's fantastic. I can't. I need to work on it. We'll get onto impressions after I've finished the beer. Okay, let's move on to another kind of work-related thing. What is the one thing that you've learned this year that you would like to share? Is there one amazing thing that you've learned that kind of has maybe changed your thinking, or maybe not that big, just something kind of useful that you've learned? Morton, you go first.
Yeah, I think I'll just be thinking for a few seconds. I'll move it forward.
Who's your daddy and what does he do? Jim just mentioned that one. Yeah. Adrian, you go for it.
Well, I've learned so many things this year. Way too many.
The one thing I've learned is that your articles don't need to be that long. I think when I first started writing articles, I was literally forcing out 1,500 words, 2,000 words, when I really didn't need to, because someone, maybe Income School, someone said you needed your articles to be long. And by the way, I did invite Income School to the party, but they were busy. Hey, but at least they
Yeah.
replied. But yeah, that's the one thing I learned. I've learned that if you're just answering a simple question with your article, then just answer it. Answer it clearly. Answer it concisely, and produce something that's good quality. But it doesn't necessarily have to be really long. And I think, I need to go back for a lot of my content that I published over the last year or so, and cut it back and refine it, make it more kind of on point and answering the question, because I think there's a lot of waffle out on these niche sites and on affiliate sites because people just feel they need to give Google all these words. But I think Google, especially at the moment, just doesn't want all these words. It wants clear, concise answers. It wants to deliver the information quickly. And
Yeah, it
Sure.
seems
you
like
can't
they're
deliver
going to
information quickly
paragraph,
with a really long article. So that's what I've learned.
paragraph indexing.
Just write the article as long as it needs to be.
Yeah, that's where the user intent comes into place. I mean, if you just ask Google, hey, what are the numbers of the Bono Lotto? You just need 5 words to answer, and
Yeah.
that's it. People just talk a lot of rubbish on the internet about what you need to do when you rank websites. But anyway, if it comes to me now, what I learned, like I said, I learned so many things. I mean, in SEO, in personal finance, in investing. But if you want to know one that it make a lot of difference for me, since maybe this it's about SEO, is I've learned a lot about NLP, natural language processing, and a little bit of techie stuff that usually people don't talk about. uh, you see many people talk about just put a title here, write an article 1000 words, blah blah blah. But there are other things that are a little bit more deep, especially now Google moving into this machine learning and artificial intelligence and all that. NLP, it's super super interesting to learn if you want to um, provide good content for a machine, for Google. Remember, Google is not a guy who's
It's a
reading
computer,
your
isn't it?
content. It's just a machine. Yeah, it's a machine. So you have to.
I'm going to go with John, actually, who, whenever you say NLP, I always think of neuro-linguistic programming.
It's natural language processing.
Well, that's the
Yeah,
problem. When
it's
you've got two
very
acronyms that mean different things, it's confusing. That's
Yeah,
where acronyms fall
yeah.
down. But yeah. So yeah, that's
And
interesting.
schema markup. And schema markup, it's another thing I've learned. Again, schema markup is just language for machine. So when you write your schema markup and you put it on your website or on each page, because this is a page, is
It's
for
page
each page, not
specific,
for-
isn't it? Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So when you do that and Google bots come to your website, the first thing they're gonna read on that page is the schema markup, and that's simply content for your robot, for the robots, if you want. So they're gonna read that, and they have a better understanding of what your page is about and what you're talking about on that page.
Yeah. I have a feeling like schema is kind of something that's not going to be with us for too much longer. It kind of reminds me a little bit of when we had a lot of meta tags and a lot of meta stuff within your content to try and help search engines because they were a bit stupid.
But this is a little bit different, Alex, because this gets into the semantic web. I don't know how much people know about the semantic web, but at the moment, or for the last few, since the web started, the web is just loads of documents that they don't relate to each other. And since all these search engines, they want to create a more semantic web, this is gonna help um, with better understanding the web, the schema. So I think it's gonna stay for
a little while, yeah, maybe.
yeah, for a little, until Google gets smarter, I guess.
Amelia, is there anything you've learnt this year that has changed anything?
No.
Good.
No, Adrian
The
just,
one-word
covered,
answer.
10 topics. I think the thing that I really just put to use and just really, it struck me how important it is just to Google the keyword that you're planning on using, either on YouTube or on Google, because that tells me so much more a lot of times than I get from keyword tools and all the rest. Is just Google it. see what happens. And that
Yeah.
will tell me now whether or not I should go for it. I can see the data now and I know, whereas that was something I did not do in 2019 at all. I didn't realize the value in it.
Hey, Doug.
Doug's here.
Hey,
Doug?
what's up, Doug?
Hey, what's
Doug's
going
in
on,
the
everybody?
house.
Do you have a beer, Doug?
I have one. I have not opened it yet.
Oh, what have you got there? What have you got there?
This is a Sweetwater 420 strain, and it's the G13 IPA. Is my
Has that
video okay, or am I?
Has that got
low?
marijuana in there? Is it? It's the 420. You said.
It is. It actually smells a lot like marijuana and tastes. It has a very. It's a dank IPA married with specific
Hey, Alex, you
terpenes
said
and
this is a
natural
family-friendly
flavor.
Yeah, we've just got striked. Never mind. But you know that the hop plant and the cannabis plant, they're in like the same family.
Cousins.
Yeah?
Yep.
Cousins.
Cousins.
I knew that.
That's
So who's the estranged uncle? We wonder. But anyway, we were just talking about what we've learned in 2020 that's kind of changed our thinking. And Morten, you're about to share some words of wisdom with us, weren't you?
Well, I learned to outsource more. It's just been kind of a busy year, moving house and doing lots of stuff, starting new sites and building a course and stuff. So I definitely learned to outsource and letting go of stuff and giving more responsibility and hiring a new couple of editors to my team. So that's been great. It's always great when I feel like sometimes you need to, once in a while, you need to stretch yourself and start outsourcing new stuff and more stuff. So it's been a good experience.
Congrats
Yeah.
on buying your house, by the way.
Yeah. Morten
Thanks.
Doug, well, let me ask you this question. I've got a couple other questions for you as well that you missed out on. Some excellent questions, even if I do say so myself. What have you learnt this year that you would like to share that maybe has changed the way you operate your business?
Everyone's in different stages, and kind of the opposite of what Morten was saying. Like, I'm slowing down a little bit, taking a little more time off, taking some breaks.
Yeah.
I haven't like allotted how much time I took off this year, but there's a lot of family stuff I needed to take care of, which we have the luxury, those of us that are doing this full time, to, hang out with family, do what we need to do. So
Yeah.
I slowed down and I was like, hey, I'm not in a race to get everything done. I talk about productivity and stuff, and I'm like, is the goal for me to get as much done as possible in the shortest amount of time? And not really. It's not really my goal now.
We can sometimes get stuck
So-
in the work and forget about why we work for ourselves. And the main reason for me, and I guess for a lot of you, is you want more time and you want to use the time to not work, so that you can spend it with friends, family, whatever you want to do with that time. Because at the end of the day, we don't know how much we got, do we?
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
Yeah. And then on like the more practical side, I mean, just everything's sort of a grind. I've never had anything like work right off the bat. So for people that are just starting and you're like, hey, I want to try anything, it's probably not going to go how you think at the beginning. It'll go slower. It'll take longer. It'll be harder. Then hopefully you'll gain traction and it'll get maybe not easier, but you're like, okay, at least I have momentum and I can stay motivated to keep moving forward.
that's a great bit of advice, I think, right there, because I think a lot of people, when they're starting out, they maybe see some stuff on YouTube and there's those ads. We all know the ads where someone, holds up a phone and they've got all their earnings on the phone and they say, I set up a Shopify store just 2 days ago and look at this sale. I've had $500 sales just in, 2 days.
Link to the webinar underneath this video. Join the webinar. Join the free webinar.
But anyway, what I was going to, more importantly, Doug, I was going to ask you, what is your favorite Christmas film? Or movie, sorry, I don't know.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Great answer.
I think that. I mean, I love the whole I guess catalog of National Lampoon and the Chevy Chase years. So the Christmas one is fantastic.
That's my parents still watch that every year. That it's their go-to Christmas movie. My mum is laughing just before it's even started playing.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then there's I just random statements that we make that are like from that movie where it's like
Squirrel!
out of context, no one would know. Yeah, exactly. We
Thank
need to
you.
put it on the agenda to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to watch that. Thank you, Stewie Robert, for advising me. Another $5, or New Zealand dollars, I should say. I'm going to be giving all the money to UNICEF. So thank you for all your super chats. I really appreciate it. Okay.
Nice.
And also, Doug, I was going to ask you, again, very importantly, what is your favourite Christmas food? I know these questions are hard tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't have any.
What?
Do you,
I love.
Bit of Yule log. Do you have mince pies? Do you like a mince pie? That's probably an English thing, is it, a mince pie? Because
Yeah, not often, but you know what? I think I've had a couple. It's like a fried pastry, right?
Is pastry with fruity
like
kind of. No, it's not meat. That's the confusing thing. In the old days they were made with meat, but nowadays they're made with like a sweet, currants and sultanas and raisins and I don't know, mincemeat.
I'd try it. I don't know if I've had one like that, but I think my in-laws like to make like beef tenderloin. So, I mean, I love steaks.
Delicious.
And I'll have any kind of steak, but yeah, I mean, I love turkey, ham, whatever you got in front of me.
Any meat,
Like,
bring the
I'll
meat
usually,
on.
Yeah, pizza. You know what? I love pizza and hamburgers. Literally, if you just put food in front of me, like I'm in.
And you're
I'll
allowed
check
to eat it
I'll
all.
try it.
You don't look like you really love food, Doug. You're really slim.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's
all the mountain walking.
Thanks. Yeah, I was gonna say I've started to walk a lot more and just like get exercise. I do intermittent fasting, so it's either I'm not eating or I'm like just really indulging.
Yeah, I do the same, but I'm not holding a figure like Doug is there. You're obviously better at fasting.
Me neither. Look at this belly.
So let's look forward a little bit. What are your plans or goals for next year? I mean, just like the headline thing, is there any, have you got a new site you're working on, new course? What's your YouTube schedule looking like? Are you going to do more YouTube, less YouTube? Just what are you thinking on top of your head for next year? What's going to be the plan? Amelia, do you want to go first?
Sure. The headline of my 2021 is going to be focus.
That's good.
And just apply that to every single thing that I have tried to do in the last couple of years. And that is literally just my theme song is just focus, focus, period.
Well, what's the first thing you're going to work on?
What's the first
I'm
thing
going to start a new site. I'm starting a new site. The whole accountability group challenge that over, on our side of the internet, we've been trying to get people together. We're going to start a new thing and just going to go in hard on this one thing, not start 20 sites, not do 20 different things. I'm just going to start this new site with all the knowledge that I accumulated in 2020, all of my mistakes, because there are so many of them. And I'm going to start new and fresh and start applying all the stuff that I learned. And I'm really excited about it. And I'm going to focus on that. And I'm going to stop doing some of the other things that I've been working really hard on in 2020 so that I can do my best on that.
Sounds exciting. We're going to be following along with that for sure.
I'm excited about it.
Morton, I mean, what's your plan? Are you just going to... Sorry, was that Adrian?
Is that going to be public on your channel? Or...
I don't share the URLs. I'm just not ballsy enough to go out and say, here it is. I just don't.
Cool.
That's fine. You're either a sharer or you're not. And
yeah.
That's fine. Adrian, what are you going to be doing then?
Ooh. I just want to keep working on the site that I have. I'm starting a new website in Spanish. I picked already the niche, and the reason I want to try in Spanish is because I looked at the niche, and it's just ridiculous. Basically the competition is non-existent. There's big sites out there, but if you look at the profile, the backlink profile, they have barely they have links, and I want to try it. So I'm putting already. I have some articles already. I'm hiring someone from Venezuela. and it's cheaper than English content, so that's good.
Yeah, I think you got anything in a different language apart from English is probably going to be slightly easier. You'd think, and
You think, but that's what I decided to go for it, because Spanish, of course, it's a huge market. Like, it's what is it? It's the second most spoken language.
something like that. Is that second
Yeah,
after the Chinese?
I think so. I don't know. I mean, the whole South America speaks Spanish, right? And except Brazil, of course.
Brazilian.
But
Portuguese.
but so I want to do that, and I just want to share more stuff on the YouTube channel, in terms of personal finance and tips and things that I do with property investment and all that. Um, just and keep
Just
making friends.
more good
Yeah,
stuff.
just more of that. In whatever, Doug and I, we talked about this so many times, even on his channel and my channel, that I'm doing many things. So hopefully one of those is gonna
Yeah, well, maybe it might be time to start focusing a little bit more on, like Amelia said, that
like Emilia said. Yeah, we'll see.
bit of focus.
Yeah.
But Morten, what are
for
you going to
now,
be
that's
doing
the
then? Because I mean, you can just sit back now and watch the money come rolling in. The course is launched. Doug knows all about this. It's easy from out now. You just sit back, count the money.
Yeah, so now I decided to start this new site. So it's a new thing to run a community that's very, very different from working very, very little. So yeah, basically I looked at what I wanted to do with all my time, because Max is in kindergarten now and he's not running around the house 24/7. So I got some time now to work. So I wanted to have more network and stuff. So I started the course and to meet some people. So I'm gonna figure out what that looks like to have that community, and also build sites with people in there. So, and also I mean dive into the local community here, as we just moved to this new city here. So there's a lot of new stuff and new learning opportunities. So I think I'm gonna learn how to outsource even more of my sites, and I'm focusing more now on just 3 major sites in my portfolio instead of working on everything, just to keep it a little bit more simple, so I can have some more time without working double as much. So yeah, so I don't know really, but I'm looking forward to it. I like to work like 15-20 hours per week. I don't work that much, so I really like to spend a lot of time with my family. So I'm trying to figure out what that looks like, if I need to hire a guy or two to help me with the community and stuff. I'm looking into that right now, because I'm in there every day. I can really keep up with it already. So yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I'm gonna learn some stuff, and there's some stuff that I need to figure out how to manage that.
I find managing communities very difficult. I don't know why. Even YouTube comments, Facebook group. I have a Discord, which Dana kindly set up, one of my viewers. I rarely get in there. I find it hard, but luckily my community, and a lot of you watching right now, I really appreciate it. You talk to each other, you help each other, and you don't need me so much. And I guess that's one of the great things about a good community, is they are slightly self-sufficient. Anyway, quickly, quick horn for Bradbury. £24.97 super chat. That's like $30 ish. I think that's a fantastic super chat. Thank you, Bradbury. I'm not going to spend it on beer, so I'm going to send it off to charity.
Well, Alex and guys, I'm going to be leaving now because it's kind of late here. It's 2:30.
That's fine, Morten. Thank you for spending some time with us.
Yeah, I love to spend time with you guys.
See you, man.
Same here.
Have a good one. I have another morning tomorrow with Max. So
bye, Morten.
When you have children, it's always every morning is an early morning, isn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah.
But thank you for joining me, Morten, and I will see you in the new year, and we'll do something cool in the new year.
All of you.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye. Where's the gender balance in internet marketing? That is a great question, Dave. Amelia, where is the gender balance? It's full of men, isn't it?
It's funny that I get a chance to field that question, because for one, I'm the only lady here, and you would look at this screen with all the gentlemen here and assume that because they are not here, they must not be. And I think the problem is that many of us only see like the audiences in the places where we live and forget that women congregate elsewhere where men do not.
That's true.
So people will come to my channel and say, hey, there just aren't a lot of women in, making websites. And I'm like, mom blogs, like I think mom blogs were almost the beginning of this whole like, let's make money with websites. Like mom blogs, there's thousands
and even on
out
YouTube
there.
as well. A lot of the biggest YouTubers when I first was looking at it were women. They were doing beauty tutorials, they were doing lifestyle blogs, they were doing all sorts of things. And
so if you just look at internet marketers, affiliate marketers who are doing like funnels, right? Because the men dominate the ClickFunnels world and the Kajabi and the Builderpreneur and the email marketing. If you only looked at that as internet marketing or affiliate marketing, then you would say, oh, well, it's not balanced. But affiliate marketing is making a website where you are creating crafts and then recommending products to create crafts. Like that is also internet marketing. So it's not just email marketing, like I'm going to sell these products. Like they're out there. It's just if you don't see them, then they're probably not in your circle. That's my opinion on that.
So they're all out there. Just got to find them. Anyway, thank you, Jim. £10. Really appreciate your support, Jim, and regular on the streams. I've also got another guest who's just entered the green room. I think we should bring him in. It's the one, the only, Corn Broadband.
Hello.
What's
Good
up,
evening.
Carl? What's up, Corn?
Oh, I love that jumper, Carl.
Hey, how are we all doing?
Good.
Hey.
Good.
Sorry, I'm
So,
a bit late to the party.
Well, you never want to be first to the party, do you? That's the old law.
that's it.
You definitely turn up to a party late. The cool guys always turn up late to a party, don't they?
That's what they tell me.
That's what they say. But Carl, it's been a fantastic year for you. A lot of things going on. But before we get to that, Adrian has just sent me a super chat. 100 RON, and I'm not sure what a RON is.
It's the Romanian currency.
But that sounds good. 100 sounds like quite a lot. So thank you very much. And I'll tot it all up at the end. I think, what are we up to? We're up to £90 so far in the chat. So that's around $110 or something like that. So that's fantastic. But anyway,
Happy to share the knowledge.
Carl, it's been a good year for you, I think. I mean, what was the highlight for you of 2020?
I think the highlight has just been so many people that I've met this year, like in the industry, out of the industry. Just met so many contacts this year, and I think that's been really good. It's kind of out of my comfort zone to reach out to people and, try and sort of make friends and ask for advice, really. I think that's really hard. I think I'm one of these people that, really struggle to ask for advice. So I think that's been really good this year. Met a lot of friends, got a lot of advice, and really grown from that. So I think that's been one of the highlights. Selling a website, the first ever kind of biggish website I've had, that was a highlight as well this year. So,
yeah, I was going to say.
And again, making another contact from that. It's not just the fact that I sold it. It's to a guy that's in the industry who buys them. So I've got another good contact there. So, that's as valuable as kind of selling the site.
So, Carl, what's your favourite Christmas film?
Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh, God.
Classic.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, it's when Santa talks in all the different languages to the little girl that always gets me.
You're welling up just thinking about it.
Hey guys, I need to leave now. It's getting late as well here in.
What in Spain?
España.
You're only just about going out for dinner at this time, aren't you? 10:30.
Oh, I wish if I didn't have the baby girl sleeping.
Yeah.
Right
And
behind
are
me.
you in curfew over there?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
I thought it was 11 o'clock
Be
curfew or
able to
something.
get back, Adrian. Are you all right getting back?
Well, I will. If not, you're gonna see on YouTube making videos about that.
That's fine. Exactly. There's plenty to talk about.
Yeah.
Well, have a
for
great
sure.
Christmas, Adrian.
And
Thank
you
for
guys,
joining us.
thanks a lot for being awesome this year with me. Made a lot of friends, and you guys helped me a lot. Thanks everybody in the chat for the support. And remember, stay focused because we're going to get rid of that boss. All right.
Are you
Happy
gonna
New
do
Year,
the rap?
guys.
Will you do the rap? No.
Well,
Do the rap.
I don't have it. I don't know the song.
You could
Just
just
a
like
little bit of
freestyle it or something. No, never mind.
Yeah,
All right, Adrian.
in Spanish maybe.
Hasta la vista. Feliz
Hasta la vista,
Navidad.
guys.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Adios. That was Adrian. Adrian is an inspiration. Definitely. I mean, he puts the hours in for sure, doesn't he, Adrian? So, Carl, we'll just quickly catch up with you. What are you going to be doing in 2021? Anything different or just more of the same? Churning it, just work. I mean, at the moment you're putting it, I mean, Morton and Doug have both touched on working 20 hours a week or less, but I know that you put in a lot more hours than that. Any change on that? Or is it going to be more hours, less hours?
I'm aiming to do less hours, but I mean, I need to get Doug's advice because I am terrible at managing my time and my team. I mean, one of the biggest things I've done is create a team around my business and my kind of my brand kind of thing. So that's been really good, but managing it, I've been terrible at that. And I think I could have been a lot of easier last 6 months if I'd have had some sort of skills in building a team and, you know, outsourcing and things like that. So I managed to do it now. I'm there now. And I think 2021 should be easier because it's now all in place. But yeah, there's so much I've learned kind of growing from just building a niche website to actually kind of building even just a portfolio or actually trying to take it to the next level and it becoming your business. So yeah, there's a lot of things I've learned certainly the last 6 months that I wish I'd have kind of knew before I started. So it's been a bit of a learning curve, but I think we're there now. I've got a bit of a system in place. I mean, it's not a huge team I've got behind me. It's kind of 7 writers, couple of editors and a VA. But I mean, I speak to some people who've got like 40, 50 writers, and it's how they manage and cope with that. I have no idea because I struggle with 7.
Well, maybe you don't need 40 writers. 7 sounds like a lot. I've only got 3 or 4, and that's enough.
Yeah.
And I think there's going to be that balance that you kind of put the blinkers on sometimes and you think, I need more and more, I need to grow and grow and grow. But I think there's that happy point where you've got just a manageable team and a manageable size of people.
I think it's part of the business that's really underserved is taking, like, going from just having a website for a bit of a hobby and just doing 1 or 2 little niche websites to taking it to that next level. There's not that much advice and information available for, you know, putting a team together and actually getting to that next level. And, you know, I've got to a point now where, you know, I'm building like what I call my mega website, which is just basically a big website. It's going to have a lot of content pretty fast with a team behind it. And, you know, I got to a point where not a lot was going on. And then slowly, one by one, all the writers started to come on board using the system. And then all of a sudden, bang, I'm hit with like an absolute ton of content. A lot of work to kind of edit it and add all the links. And then also the cost of it. Suddenly you've gone from adding a few articles, you know, a couple of $100 a month maybe, to suddenly kind of thousands of dollars going out very, very quickly. And that's kind of was a bit of a shock to me. I was like, whoa, gone from nothing to, you know, 2,000 or 3,000 bill this month. So, you know, little things I would have done differently, like training each writer. I individually did that. So it was emails backwards and forwards and do this and put the headings in this HQ setting. I wish I had just made a video where I could have said, this is what I want, and sent it out to all the writers. There's a video, follow it, job done. But stupidly, I didn't.
Well, you live and learn. I mean, that's the part of it. You're going to learn on the job. You're never going to get it right first time. But quickly, let me just put Alexander's super chat up. Thank you, Alexander. He says... he sends a €20 super chat, which is fantastic. The best thing of this year was getting into internet marketing and learning from you guys. Thank you. Well, that's got to be one of the best things about doing what we do, isn't it? Inspiring others to do stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I missed a lot of the stream, obviously, Alex. So what's your highlight of the past year?
Oh, my highlight was just the growth of my channel and the growth of the community has kind of taken me aback more than anything, because, you know, it's not something that I've kind of set out to do, but it's just grown organically. The fantastic people that seem to watch my videos and engage in my groups and in the comments and just on the live streams. Somehow we seem to have got the live stream thing down to a T. The Tuesday stream is great fun. I mean, there's 109 of you out there watching us now on a Tuesday evening, and that's kind of still blows my mind. But yeah,
I'm gonna jump in. Hold on, I'm sorry. I want to jump in. I was
You
gonna
can.
say, Alex, you've crushed these live streams because if I remember right, you were like, "Hey, Doug, I see you doing some live streams. How's it going for you?" I'm like, it's fine. And then you've shot like sort of out front in a huge way. Yeah, because you on a regular, you're getting.
I think it's just the regular. It's just every
people.
Tuesday. I don't know, and it's grown. I think
I
giving
show up
away
every-
some
I show
sites
up all the
definitely
time,
helps.
too. I mean, you're doing good, man. Don't sell yourself short. You're doing really good.
Not only that, but
Cheers.
I will just jump in then and take over the stream and say, you basically have shown us what's possible, because it's pretty easy to think, oh, well, you know, most of these channels only have a couple thousand and here's what they're doing. And then there's you out front of us. And it's like, okay, this is possible. And there's not a ceiling. Like, you're putting on subscribers still every month. Like, it's still growing. And like, you haven't found the ceiling, and it shows us that we can keep doing this, and that we haven't hit the ceiling in our niche for people who are interested in this
Well,
content.
thank you.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I did hit 50,000 subs this year, so that was a good thing in 2020. I mean, I can never imagine when I first set out that I was ever going to hit that kind of number. I did invite Daryl Wilson, who said he was going to come, but then he worked out that it was 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning for him. He dropped me a quick message saying he's not going to be able to make it. But he's kind of my inspiration because he's got nearly 250,000 subscribers. He's in a slightly different space because he does a lot of WordPress tutorials, like him and Ferdy, like my WordPress side of things. But again, and those two, they just work so hard and they just create content. And I think that's one of the biggest things with YouTube. If you can get consistent content out on a regular basis that's of a high quality and useful, then sky's the limit, really. Anyway, Koo, thank you. Again, we've got another super chat and we're going to have to do the horn. Koo is a regular, again, I see him every Tuesday. Really great member of our community. He says, thanks, Alex, and all the other wonderful people. It's just gone down. Hang on, put it up again. You have bought on your channel. You have helped shine light and accurate knowledge in this field full of fake gurus. Well, thank you, Koo. And thank you for that £30 super chat. That's really generous.
Yeah, just talking about the growth of your channel, Alex. It was funny because I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were saying we can remember the time when we had more moderators on your channel than we did viewers.
Yeah.
The screen was just blue with moderators. It was funny.
Well, that was after that troll attack. I then made basically everyone that was a regular a moderator just to stop that ever happening again.
Yeah, 109 moderators.
Yeah. The King of Bedford. Well, thank you, Will. I don't have a course on niche building, but Doug does, and Morton does, who was on earlier. So check out their courses. They're both very good. I should have probably put my affiliate links in the description, but never mind. Just go and find them. We don't need affiliate links today. I am often asked about a course, but I'm just too unorganized to kind of put a course together. I mean, Doug, you know this as you've done it, I think. What kind of work is involved in creating a course? It must be immense. Or is it just really easy, just kind of transcribe some YouTube videos and it's done?
It's however much work you think it is, multiply that by like 5, and that's just to create the content, and then double that, and then that's the marketing. Like, marketing is so difficult to get it to work. The good part, obviously, you've done a ton of videos, so you'd be able to pump those out. But with a course, you really have to make it concise. You can't go on a tangent. You're pretty good at that, Alex. You don't go on tangents. The course has to be concise. You can't lead people astray. And then, you know, once you create it, that's like half the battle or less. And then marketing it.
Marketing. That's because there's so many courses out there, isn't there? I mean,
yeah,
interesting from Jim there,
industry,
actually.
Yeah.
Jim says that he reckons the secret of my growth is because I don't have a course. Maybe. But then there's John here who says, you should really do a course, Alex. So I don't know. I guess people know that I haven't got anything to sell. But I don't know. But I sell other people's courses. I've pushed Doug's course in the past. I've just recently pushed Morton's course. So it's a good course. But I just would fear. I mean, the one area of coursework, like your courses, training, whatever I went into before, was that website You Can Do, which is a big project that I was hoping to push forward with a few other people. Recorded loads of videos for the training. and they're all around WordPress and stuff. And then WordPress did an update, and they were just all out of date within a couple of weeks, and it just was so disheartening. And I just think, you know, when you create a course, you've got to keep working on it, you've got to keep updating it. Anyway, oh, hang on, we've got Ron trying to get in. Ron, check your Skype. There's a new link. It's we've got rid of Zoom. Let's get rid of Zoom. We've had enough Zoom. In fact, I think you're in the Zoom. Let me send you a message in Zoom.
All right. While Alex is doing that, Carl, yeah, we got to hook up, man. I can help you out. Maybe we can do a little case study, a couple of videos, get some content out of helping you out. Maybe you got it all solved, but I can always give my opinions on things.
That'd be great. Yeah, absolutely. Because I know it's something that you kind of talk of, and you're a specialist at sort of organization and time management and stuff like that. So yeah, I'd love to hook up and pick your brains for sure. I appreciate that.
Yeah, send me an email. Yeah. And then, hey, Alex, we're gonna be here for a few minutes. I'll grab another beer. I'll be right back.
Yeah. I might need to go for another beer as well. I'm going to run for another.
It's 5 o'clock here, so
another 15 minutes. So yeah, go grab a beer. And let me see if I can get Ron in. Now this is Ecamm. It's not Zoom. It's not Skype. It's part of my streaming software. It's fantastic. Ecamm. wpeagle.com/Ecamm if you want to check it out. So, Carl, let me ask you another question. Hang on, let me just get Ron in. You guys know Ron? I think you do, don't you?
Yep.
Hello.
Here he is. Hello.
Can you guys actually hear me now?
We can. And we can see
Good deal. Hello, everyone.
Doug's just gone to get another beer. Do you have a beer?
Yeah. No. I heard. I was actually jumping on the YouTube a little bit. Oh, my cat's saying hello too. Jumping on the YouTube a little bit, and I just got on, and I was like, "What is going on right now?" Because I saw you guys on there. So,
how are you, Ron? Anyway, you've had a fantastic year, don't you think? We're just reflecting on 2020. You seem to have done well.
Yeah.
Your YouTube is doing well.
Yeah.
How would you sum it up?
Hold on a second, Alex. I want to get your audio to not echo. Okay, can you
Nothing worse than echoey audio, is there?
There we go.
Have you got me in two windows or something? Am I in two windows? Maybe that's.
No. Now you're good. You were. It's a long story. Yeah, it's been a really good year. It's been I think for everyone it's been difficult with everything going on. Hey Doug, thanks for that beer, bud. Thanks for grabbing me one. Appreciate that. No, but it's been a really good year from a YouTube standpoint. It's been really interesting, really challenging because I wasn't like a YouTuber before this. And I know we talked, and we talked to each other quite a bit. So it's been cool. It's been a lot of growth, a lot of learning. That's probably.
We were just saying that, Doug. Carl was just saying that he learned a lot on the way, but that's just how it works, isn't it? You do stuff, you learn stuff, and you carry on.
Yep. Yeah. Well, just like websites too, you do something, you fail, you learn, you move on, you keep doing it over and over, and eventually you kind of figure it out. I don't know that I figured it out yet, but I think I'm in a much better place than at the beginning of the year. That's for sure. So.
Well, I think you're doing really well, and you've got your YouTube growing. You're doing quizzes with Ezoic and Doug, and what have you got planned for next year? Have you got any big goals, or is it just kind of more of the same?
Well, there's one interesting development. Doug doesn't even know this yet, and we talk every month. I talk to Doug.
So exclusive.
This is a big exclusive. This is really big. I'm actually selling. I'm selling my biggest site.
Wow.
Right now.
Oh, it's about time, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm officially selling my biggest site. I'm going through Flippa, and that's all I'm going to say about it because I don't want to disclose URLs and all that kind of stuff. If people really want to see, they can go check.
Just because I don't want to. With your biggest site, I'd have thought you'd be going for like Empire Flippers or some other high-level agency.
I would have, except they're asking for 15%, and I'm not cool with that. And I basically had posted to Flippa, and their fees are at 5% for this type of site at that price point. So when you're looking at a difference of $30,000-$50,000, it's worth taking the risk to try a smaller one that has.
Would they not get you a higher value for your site though?
I don't know. That's always the argument, right? So I don't really know. I'm not really sure. We'll see. I'm only I'm 4 days into the auction right now, and I've gotten a lot of different people. I actually have a call right after this that people are trying to talk to me and go through everything. So
Probably
we'll
best
see.
not have a
But
beer yet then.
yeah, and I mean, I'm reasonably familiar with the multiples and all that kind of stuff, so I know where I'm thinking about, and I think I can get off hopefully with a fair.
Wow. So will you be sharing this on your channel or not?
I don't know, because that's the thing is I don't want to alienate a new buyer. You know what I mean? So like that's what I'm saying. It's on Flippa and it's all there. I just don't want to say the URL or anything. I'm being really, I'm treading very lightly.
That's fine.
So,
Emilia, did you have a question?
yeah.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, I was wondering, why does it you wouldn't try to line up a buyer direct? Because it seems like you do know a lot of people and you are here and you have your YouTube channel and you see,
Doug wants to buy it.
John Dykstra, like John sold his sites and he used Motion Invest, but he probably could have used his own community, and Income School used their own community, and Carl used his own community recently. I mean, why not try and do a direct deal?
I thought about that, and I don't want to speak for every one of my followers, but I know that a lot of my followers on purpose due to my content strategy are kind of newbies. And that's very much on purpose and, trying to build a community. I don't know that they have the investment funds ready to go, I guess. Not to say that they don't, maybe there is someone out there, but I'm hoping
your subscribers are poor. That's a statement.
They're new, I wouldn't say poor, but I'd say they're new. So you're looking at $500,000 plus, and I don't know that they'll be able to afford that. Maybe
there you go, Jason.
Out there,
that's your question answered. He's looking for at least £500,000.
Yep. So over $500,000, and it depends, the multiple. But like I said, I've been having calls with. It's interesting to get into the space and kind of negotiate a little bit and talk to people. It's been pretty interesting. So
well, that is exciting. But I mean, here's my big question. So, what on earth are you going to do with that money when you get it?
This house is going to be paid off.
Okay.
And then I have a condo. I live in the Chicago area. I have a condo in Chicago. I'm possibly paying that off, but I think more than likely I'll probably pay off the house, and then we will take maybe like $5,000 and go on a nice vacation, my wife and I. And then I'll probably give like $5,000 to people between my workers and family. And then we'll probably just invest it. Nothing really exciting. I just don't want to worry about money. And I thought this is a good way to change my asset class and, get into property and super stable. And the biggest thing is my focus is 100% on other projects anyway. And
you've got some new stuff coming through, and you've got other projects bubbling away, haven't you?
Oh yeah. I've got right now. I think I have 7 different websites in my portfolio. I'm actually trying to condense that down a little bit, which is one of the biggest reasons here too. But I'm just focused, like primarily my main brand, 1 Hour Professor. I focused on that so hard this year. It's taken up so much time, but I want to continue that. I'm enjoying that, and it's difficult and it's time consuming and all that. But I like doing it, so that's really where I want to put my focus.
Nina, good to see you. Where's the rest of guest nights? Well, I'm afraid some guests have already visited us. We've already had Adrian and Morton pass through and have a good chat. And it's kind of one of those parties. People come and go. They drop in, they drop out. It's fine. Doug, did you want to say something to Ron?
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I was just talking over people because I'm like totally interested in Ron's.
It's fine. We need to have like a little light or something. But I can see Doug keeps putting that mic quite close to his mouth. I think he wants to say something.
I think Ron covered most of the stuff that I was going to ask, but I was going to say, some of us could email our list, but then they would connect the dots of your site and you, and then, potentially, like you said, it could impact the buyer and what they would want to do. Right. So yeah, it's very interesting because you could save a lot. I mean, I'm sure there's people hopping over to Flippa right now, having a look at that price range, trying to figure it out, but.
Oh no, the domain, just to be clear, the URL is public. So I just don't want to say it here. That's all. So it's there. I mean, if people want to see, I'm not hiding it because I actually talked with their staff and they said, oh, it's better to disclose this publicly because you'll get more people, all this stuff. So, and it's going to go out on the Sunday email for Flippa. It's going out to pretty much their whole email list. So
okay.
It's not
we'll be able to work it out. Flippa don't have that many sites of that kind of value, do they?
No, not well. They have some, but it's one of their bigger ones. But so far the buyer pool I think has been good. But if it doesn't work there, then I'll turn to one of these other ones. But I'd rather I don't know. I'm hoping like a multiple 35 to 40 times monthly revenue is kind of what I'm hoping
Wow.
on. So,
Well, I think
which is
that's
on the higher end, but it's a real brand. I don't think that this is just a site that kind of does okay. You know, it's been around for some time and everything. So,
Well, let's just quickly, maybe you can just wrap this up really quickly. How did you get to that point with that site so that it's worth over $500,000? I mean, where did the site come from? Just in a nutshell, was it a site that you started fresh? Was it a site that you purchased?
started fresh, 100% fresh. It was basically there was an individual in my family who had a problem, and I said, "Hey, let me find the resources online." Couldn't find it. Created the website, put it out there online, and then all of a sudden it kind of went viral on Facebook. It was really weird, and then that viral loop started to fall down. And then I just focused on SEO and built it over time and built up a whole community with it over time. And yeah, it was built completely from scratch, kind of a unicorn. I haven't been able to replicate the same success yet. I've had success, but not that level of success. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's to the point where it's still kind of leader in the industry, and I'm not working on it, and I don't want it to not be the leader in the industry anymore. And I think eventually it's going to go that way if someone's not working on it. So I'm just getting ready to do the exit because I've moved on to other things. I'm just not that passionate about it anymore, but it's legit. It's a very good site. So, and I got to the multiple based on the revenue. It's all based on revenue. So it makes on average over the last 12 months I think it was 15.8 or something like that.
Wow.
So,
and that's mainly from ads, isn't it?
Primarily display ads. There's a few things in there where we're selling some leads, and then also a job board as well. Some ad revenue there, but yeah, primarily display ads. Yeah.
Wow, it's a great story, a very inspiring story as well. That you can just stumble across an idea, and you know that's often the way, isn't it? The idea is that you stumble across turn out to be the best, rather than the ones where you're sitting and thinking, trying to come up with the best niche idea, or whatever. It's the ones that just kind of fall into your lap that sometimes are the best. Quick question from Mirik. Is it Mirik? Mirik 91. It's a little bit techie, so we'll do it quickly. What do you think about AMP and Web Vitals to be ranking factors in 2021? Probably quite important, I guess. But then I think, like all these things, it's just my approach is I don't get too obsessed with any of this kind of new technology, schema, AMP, Web Vitals. Make sure your content is good. Make sure your site is fast. And if you're using, some of the latest technologies, which you probably are, if you're using something like WordPress, you'll probably be fine. What are your thoughts on all the techie stuff? I mean, getting stuck knee deep in schema and AMPs and Web Vitals. Would you say that's been a big impact?
I think we've said it all before on the channel. It's, if you feel that your site is built structured wise is good, that it loads fast and it's got good content on it, good user experience, then what else do you really need to do? At the end of the day, the guidelines for Web Core Vitals and stuff aren't exactly clear. None of us really know 100% what we need to do to get that magic green on there. And when you do get it green, a week later it changes. So
yeah, and you never see a big effect on your ranking or traffic anyway. So I think all of these things can be like a bit of a rabbit hole, and you can get sucked down and spend hours and hours of time trying to get that green light or whatever, and it's just really doesn't give you any benefit or give you much benefit in terms of the amount of time you put into it. Yeah. What are your thoughts, Ron and Doug? You've both made some very successful sites. Have you ever obsessed about the SEO to this level, or is it more just get the content up and get a good team around you and just go from there? Ron, do you want to go ahead?
I've definitely obsessed about every little thing you think you can obsess on. Like, I've gone down the rabbit hole, wasted tons of time. Part of it's valuable, right? It's kind of fun to do some portions of that. And then when it comes down to a lot of it, it's like, get it mostly right. And we can't cuss, so hold on. Let me backtrack what I was about to say.
Well, we are past the watershed. It's probably fine.
Yeah. I'm on beer 2, and for people keeping track, this one is the Trainwreck Hazy Double IPA. Also the 420 strain. My dad picked up a
and what kind of percentage are you looking at on that? Focus. Here we go.
This one is clocking in at 8, I think, something like that.
Wow. Here in the UK, we have beers that are like 2%, 3%, like lunchtime beers.
The session beer, yeah. Love it. It's a special occasion though. Talking to you guys and gals. I will say a little announcement that for me is I'm doing dry January. So, I mean, it's not even 5 o'clock here, having the second drink, but January going totally dry.
Dry.
And I'll probably lose weight, and
Dry
we'll see
January.
how it
That's
goes.
for dry January is for
Work
people
out.
that kind of think they're alcoholics, but they want to prove that they're not. Is that what that's for?
I think
I have
that's
a- I have a
exactly what it's for.
I can't be doing
I
with
wanted
you.
to speak on the speed thing. Just really quick, I think that what we see in the algorithm is there's a lot of things, right? And so they've been telling us over and over, yeah, speed, the web core vitals, all this stuff is going to become a factor. But I just got people to remember it's not going to be the only factor.
No, of course.
So just because that becomes a factor, it's going to be part of it. And so all the other things they're already doing is still going to be in there. So people who are freaking out that their site isn't green all the way across the board, that is not going to be the only thing in 2021 that is going to make your site rank. So just
so
when
many
you
factors,
get yourself all up in there, it's just going to become a factor, one of many, maybe hundreds that we don't know all the specifics of. So just when they say, oh, well, it's going to be a factor, I'm like, great, along with a bunch of things that they won't tell us about
I think
that
a lot
are
of
also factors.
I think a lot of people get obsessed with these kind of things, especially when you're new to it, because it looks like something that you can kind of control yourself in quite an easy way. You can do your SEO optimization with a plugin. You can try and get the green lights. You can try and get your site faster. Whereas a lot of the other stuff, which actually does have a big effect on how well your site does, like your inbound links, like the content that you add and the amount of content you add, that's harder. That's actually harder to do, to build links and to create lots of content and publish it and add it and structure it in the right way. Whereas, trying to get your website faster or working with your SEO plugin, that's something that people can sit down and do, and they think that that's going to have an impact on their site, but unfortunately, as we know, it doesn't. Anyway, quickly, I need to just do some quick super chats. Sorry, Ron, I'll come back to you in a second. OWeb TV, $5 Canadian. He's got a quick question. Do you transcribe your YouTube videos content into articles? If yes, do you have any issues ranking those articles? It's not something I've ever done. Have you guys ever done that? Converted a video? I mean, everyone says that. They say, when you record a YouTube video, you've actually got 4 bits of content. You've got a podcast, you've got a video, you've got an article. But does anyone actually do that? Ron, go on.
I did this year. So what I did, the idea of automating the transcription, no. Like YouTube automated transcriptions, that's not going to happen. So it gets costly because I went through rev.com to do it. And I had my articles transcribed, and then even further, it's great to have a transcribed article, but they're not taking out all those pauses. So when you say which I tend to do, or these weird things that you do,
yeah.
So then you have to have a real editor go in, kind of clean it up, format it, and everything. I will say that to my surprise, I've done that this year. I probably did about 15 articles, and about 5 of them get traffic. So it does work. If you have the domain authority and everything, that's worth it. But I've definitely done it. It's been interesting. I put a pause on it for now because, like I said, it gets expensive because there's a lot of different things you got to do to make it right.
Yeah.
But it does
and then
work.
They are actually readable then as an article, are they? Or
I mean, I pulled all the transcripts. Like the idea. So it's not just the transcription. It's taking a transcription off and then really formatting it to a full blog post. That's kind of the way to think about it. Instead of let me just copy and paste this. You have to format it and make it look like a real blog post. Because really what you're doing is saying, this version's for Google search, this one's for YouTube. That's what you're doing. The video's for YouTube, this is for Google search. That's what you're doing. And that it can work. I've seen it work. But again, I have a higher domain authority and everything. So that's, I think, a big part of it too, to make sure that you're not, if you're brand new, I don't know that I'd do it, I guess is what I'm saying.
Are you still doing it?
I'm not, because of the financial aspect of it. That's the only reason why I'm not doing it. It is working. I've actually thought about picking it back up, but I've been spending so much in other areas that it's not the highest return on investment activity right now for me. So.
Oh, Amelia, have you got to go?
I do. The kids finished their movie, which means that something out there is being destroyed right now.
That's fair. Well, thank you very much for joining me. And
thank you for having me.
I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll catch up in the new year. You haven't seen Chris anywhere, have you? Where's Chris?
Yeah. I'm gonna text him when I get off of here and give him a hard time about it.
Get on it. He's the only one that's kind of missing. I think everyone. Oh, and Leon as well. I don't know if you've got Leon on too.
Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great holiday.
And I think it's his son's birthday. Thank you, Amelia. I'll see you in the new year. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
You guys know Amelia, right?
Mhm.
I think you've met her.
Yep.
Anyway, Adrian, again, thank you. Another 100 wrong. Really appreciate it. So, I'm going to give all of the super chats tonight to charity. We are currently up tonight to £199.07, which translated to the global currency of US dollars, I think that's around $250. So thank you all very much. I'm going to send it off to UNICEF at the end of the stream. Your super chats always amaze me. I mean, every other week they're for me, but they're still strong. But you've done fantastically well tonight. The £200, fantastic. So I'm going to need to go and grab another beer. So I'm going to leave you free just to talk amongst yourselves for a second, if that's okay.
All right.
Will you behave yourselves on my stream for a minute?
Maybe.
Try.
No promises.
You've got 95 people watching. I'm going to be 1 minute. I don't know if I can do anything in.
We'll get another contest going because I think there's a bit of payback needed, isn't there, between you two?
Oh yeah, with the contest.
That's right. That was a fun thing. I want to ask you, Carl, something.
Sure.
Your sweater. What's the second row? I see you got the stockings. This is nice sweater, man. And so what do you have going on?
Christmas tree, Christmas pudding, Christmas tree, and gingerbread man.
I love it.
It looks warm too.
Yeah, it's very hot. I'm sat next to the radiator, so it's about 45 degrees in here at the minute. And I've just come off the back of a 13-hour shift as well. So, yeah. So,
all right.
That's pretty rare.
13 hours. What's your day job, man? Sorry, I'm monopolizing.
Yeah, so I'm from January the 2nd, full-time blogger. But this is my last couple of days. I'm a manager at one of the large supermarket chains. So, yeah. Congrats. So I wanted to help them out over Christmas period because we've had a lot of cases with COVID within this area. We're currently now in tier 2, which is quite a severe lockdown restriction. And the actual supermarket itself has obviously had a lot of colleagues. We've had some proper, illnesses and some nasty stuff going on there. So I wanted to help them out. I was going to quit kind of mid-year and do this full time, but with all this COVID going and, colleagues getting sick and things like that, I needed to really help them out until at least get them over Christmas. So I said that I'd stay on until the new year and then hopefully come January, then do this full time. And hopefully, I hoped COVID would be over and it'd all be written down, but it's still getting out of hand at the minute, especially in this area. So, but yeah, there's going to have to be a day where I say to him, kind of enough's enough. I need to focus on my business now. So,
yeah. And Alex left for like 1 minute and then we're talking about COVID.
I know. Well, I didn't want to bring it up.
I walked into.
It's pretty bad over here at the moment. We're just all locked down again. Christmas is cancelled.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, it's bananas over here. I'm down in Georgia, which, you guys are across the pond there. We opened up I don't live here anymore, but I'm just visiting family. But Georgia opened up first and they were just like, F it, like we're doing whatever. And so there's a lot of, secondary like contacts that we know. And we're like, we can't wait to get back to Boulder in Colorado. It's a little safer, I think.
Yeah. Well, we're in tier 4 here. We have these layers of tiers now where basically they're all locked down apart from the bottom one, I think, where the pub's still open, but everything else, the pub's shut, so that means it's locked down. And yeah, and now they reckon we've got this new strain of COVID which transmits faster. I think the children can get it more, maybe.
I just read about that. They were talking about how that might go viral or go global now.
Well, it probably already has. I think it probably already has, and we're the first country to admit it. And
yeah. But
yeah, so the French have like shut the ports, and we've got lorries queuing up, and as well as we've got Brexit as well. So there's chances we're going to run out of food and stuff, and because most of our food comes from Europe. That's why it's completely understandable that we'd want to leave. But anyway, let's not talk too much about politics and COVID. I think next year, hopefully, it'll all go away and it'll be better again. or not? I don't know.
Yeah, I bet by June. I bet by June.
June. We're going for June.
I don't know anything. I don't even watch the news, so don't listen.
No,
to me.
it's best avoided. It's not good news generally, is it? But anyway, Ron, I haven't asked you a very important question, which is, what is your favorite Christmas film, Christmas movie?
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Perfect. The same as Doug. You've been conferring?
Or
Me too, brother.
or Die Hard.
Yeah. Morton mentioned Die
They're
Hard.
both very close. They're both very close. A lot of people say Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie. I very much disagree. But I'd say National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation probably. It's probably the top. It's very close, but I think that one will.
It's got everything, hasn't it? It's got everything. National Lampoon.
Just the best. I watched it actually twice yesterday while I was working. Just to get a little TV right here. I watched it while I was working yesterday twice. I just love that movie. It's so funny. And I only watch it this time of the year, so it's like it's always refreshing at the once a year or whatever. So or twice.
I saw an ad on my Facebook the other day. It was for have you seen the company Cameo, where you can basically hire a celebrity to send you a video message or send one of your friends?
I
And
know.
the only reason I clicked on the ad was because the Cameo celebrity that was on there was Chevy Chase. And I thought, wow, that would be fantastic, because my mum loves National Lampoon. I could get him to do one for Christmas, and then I clicked through and he wasn't even on the site. He wasn't even taking false advertising or what.
Oh, really? He was on there a while ago, but he's got a disease now inset by alcohol. I don't remember what it was, but I just read about it. He's got some type of liver thing, and he gets his shakes really bad. It's not the same Chevy Chase. No, I don't think he's doing too well. He's getting older, and he's got some.
Well, he had a big
issues
drink problem, did he?
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't even know that, but I guess he did. And he had there's some disease, and that's what was causing the shakes and all this stuff. It was a whole thing, kind of sad. But they also had the guy from A Christmas Story. Jarvis? You know what I'm talking about, Doug? I can't remember, or Arcus or whatever that guy's name was.
Yeah, I don't know his name, but I mean another classic honorable mention, I would say.
Fargus. That's what it is. Scott Fargus, the guy who beats him up and then gets punched by Ralphie. That's the one that I'm thinking of. So he's on Cameo too, and yeah, he's got it too. I always see that ad. That's why I bring it up.
Fair enough. Well, that's maybe why Chevy's not doing any more cameos, which is a shame. But anyway, let's move on with some more important questions. And I've just had a message. Chris, I don't think he's going to make it. He's snowshoeing, whatever that is. What is snowshoeing? Anyway.
You get those big shoes, you hike around in the snow.
Okay.
I think that's
so cool.
So, Ron, I haven't asked you this question. What's the one thing that you've learned in 2020 that's kind of changed the way you deal with things, the way you think, and the way you act? Maybe you haven't learned anything, but hopefully there's at least one thing.
Something. I don't like Google. I don't like Google very much. That's what
You've learned that you don't like Google. Why is that?
Because they betrayed me in a number of different ways this year. They've
done things
that I always tried very carefully to align myself with Google, and always did their best practices, and was always very careful in the way I did things. And then for those that don't know, I basically lost about $30,000 this year to Google. They did this thing where they said one of my sites had invalid clicks. They didn't explain much to me. They really kind of gave it to me for no reason, out of nowhere. So that really set it off for me. And I don't know. I don't really consider Google much of a friend. It's like a neighbor that you don't want there, but they're just kind of there.
Because that kind of had a massive effect on your revenue quite quickly, didn't it? And you can imagine especially if that was like one of your main revenue sources, which it probably was.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like you wake up one morning and your revenue's just disappearing in front of your very eyes.
Yeah,
and then when you reach out to Google and you think you're kind of important because you're generating loads of money for Google, they're getting loads of impressions, everyone's getting paid. But then when you reach out to them, they don't even talk to you, or they don't help you, or.
Well, so this is the worst part of it. So they did respond. It would take them like 24 hours to respond, but I was getting these cookie cutter answers that were very vague. It might be, or it could be, that kind of thing. But further, the worst part about it was I was seeing earnings in my account every month to a certain point. Let's just call it $10,000. I'm like, great, I'm gonna get a $10,000 check. They would then, like 5 to 10 days later, cut out invalid clicks. I didn't even know that the money wasn't coming until the next month. So then I'd get a check, and I'd look at my bank account, and be like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. So I had to go back and look, and then I realized, oh my God, they're nailing me on these invalid click things, all these issues that, and I wasn't the only one. There's quite a few people that are dealing with that this year. So
out of the 10,000, would they send you 5,000, or was it worse than that?
It got to the highest it got to was 63% invalid. So they were
Wow.
taking $6,300 out of 10,000 at one point, and then I switched over to Ezoic because I mean that was luckily they saved me. They saved my butt, quite frankly. So they took care of it. But yeah, it was a big problem that I was dealing with this year. So
you never got a concrete answer from Google as to what was going on with that particular site, whether it was a load of bots clicking your ads or.
Nope, it wasn't. Well, to the best of my knowledge, it wasn't bots because I looked at the analytics, and then when I switched to Ezoic, that problem magically disappeared. It just wasn't a problem.
So do you actually think that Google might have just not wanted to send you the money anymore?
I personally think, I don't think that's it. I personally think what they did is that internally they changed some type of rule to determine invalid clicks, and somehow my site was caught in the crosshairs of that. I actually had 2 sites that were caught in the crosshairs of that. I don't think it was just this, mean-spirited thing. I think that they changed something internally that ended up impacting me, and they couldn't. The thing is, they say we can't disclose what it is because we have to protect our advertisers. So, they're not going to tell you the full answer. So it was rough. That was really rough. So that's what I learned is that Google is a necessary neighbor, not a friend.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it?
Yep.
We try and do everything we can to please them, but just like that, they can swat you out. Jason, thank you so much. Oh, I didn't mean to do a glockenspiel. There's a horn. Small token of thanks for awesome content and providing me with a much needed distraction in 2020. Oh, I don't want to be a distraction, putting you off something that you should be doing more important. But thank you anyway. I've got a question for both Ron and Doug. That is, why do Americans drink out of such large containers? I've just seen.
What gives you that impression, Alex?
Is it because you just don't want to get up and refill it? Is that what it is?
I personally drink a gallon of water a day. That's what it is. I drink a gallon.
Just so you know where you're at in terms of how much you drunk. Is that way? So you know.
Yeah, I just make it a point to drink a gallon of water a day, and instead of getting 12 or 15 cups or whatever that is, give me 1 cup. That's how it is. So that's why I drink out of this one. Yeah, I don't drink like pop out of here or soda or whatever.
Or beer.
Or beer. It's just water. It's just water. So that's why I'm drinking out of that one.
Okay, fair enough. I guess we drink about a gallon of tea a day, don't we, Carl? So.
Yeah, more for me, a lot more than that.
Well, I love tea. I'm a big tea guy myself. So
good. Well, you can't be drinking coffee in the afternoon either. You can drink tea. You can drink tea at any time of day and you're fine. But coffee past midday, and it's a dangerous habit to get into. Okay, well, we've got another 20 minutes, so I think we should carry on. I've got a few other quick fire questions. Nothing particularly exciting, but things like in 2021, what is going to be the go-to WordPress theme that you're going to be installing on your new sites if you're going to be setting sites up? Carl?
Oxygen. Building sites now with Oxygen.
He's gone high-level developer, techie builder. Let's get rid of the Elementor and all that. I like Oxygen. I need to do some more videos on it. It is a little bit more techie, though, than others. So is that what your new site's built with, your new big site?
Yeah. It's good because it kind of has some automation parts to it. So once it's set up correctly, it kind of starts to build itself. So it's really good. It's really interesting. I must admit, I've not done hardly any of it myself. It's all been Phil.
Well, that's the way forward, isn't it? Get someone else to build your sites.
Yeah.
Ron, are you still building any new sites? If you are, what are you going to build them with?
I'm looking at Doug and smiling because he knows that I'm a fan of this one. It would be Thrive Theme Builder for me. I am emphatic about Thrive. I love their products. I know some people don't, some people do. Personally, I like them a lot. I am a little bit concerned about speed. Not to say I know we were talking about that earlier. I don't think it's going to be the biggest ranking factor or whatever, but they do slow it down a little bit, but I think that the trade-off will be worth it. I've been using it on 2 new sites. I really, really like what they've done with it. So I'll continue to use that one myself.
I've got to say, I've just jumped on the Thrive, partly due to your recommendations. I'm building my brand new tutorial is all on Thrive. Bestpressurewasher.com is going to be on soon. But yeah, like things like their silo templates and stuff like that, you don't really see them anywhere else. Elementor don't have them. And in terms of speed, I've not seen anything, but there is always going to be a trade-off when you use a page builder like Thrive, like Elementor, Oxygen. You're sacrificing a little bit of speed for that extra functionality, that extra look and feel, but I think it's worth it. Doug, what have you been building sites with, or are you going to be building sites with next year?
It's the thesis theme, the focus WordPress theme.
Oh, yeah.
And Yeah, I mean, I still unfortunately have to deal with some Thrive stuff and the workflow, just dealing with the interface. I mean, it's no different than any other page builder where you have to do a ton of little things, but focus, it loads fast. Chris Pearson, the developer and owner of the theme, he has speed in mind, and he has a different outlook on like making things complicated versus making things simple, and it sort of fits what I'm trying to do. And then I don't have to think about it. I was actually a little concerned. I checked on the Google PSI. I was like updating a bunch of sites and just making sure I had all the plugins updated. I was like, hey, I'm going to run through a couple of these sites, and had like mobile PSI scores in the high 90s with no caching, no optimization. It's just like lean. The content's there. So like mobile, it loads fast. I don't worry about any of the other stuff. And I have like a couple licenses that I can put it on a few sites, so I don't have to worry about it. And I hate learning new stuff. I don't want to.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Once you found something that you know your way around, and otherwise you just spend a lot more time learning again. Yeah, exactly. Helen, I will get that horn done for Adrian again. Thank you, Adrian. You've been so generous tonight. Doug knows his WordPress stuff. Go with that. Simple no builder speed is a factor. There we go. Got a big fan there. So yeah, that was my question on WordPress. I was also going to ask about plugins. I mean, the channel is WP Eagle, so we should talk about WordPress just quickly. What's the one plugin that you have to install on every single site? Who wants to go first? Doug?
The manage WP worker, so I can back up my site externally. That's the number one thing. And then other than that, it's like minimize. Yeah.
Carl, what's your plugin of the one plugin that you have to install?
Short Pixel for me, because I'm really lazy at image optimizing. So Short Pixel.
Yeah, that's a good one. Ron?
I would say WordFence security, because one time one of my websites got hacked and it went across my whole portfolio websites, and I will never make that mistake again. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the scary thing. The other day I noticed a YouTuber that I followed lost his channel. Someone got into the channel and like got rid of all the videos, locked him out, and you can imagine. I mean, luckily he was able to get in touch with YouTube and they managed to get his channel back. But yeah, security is just something that we maybe aren't as careful with as we should be with our sites, with our social media. I mean, just make sure you get your 2FA switched on for your YouTube and your Google account and all that stuff. Because,
how did he lose that channel? Sorry.
He didn't have 2FA. I guess they just managed to hack his password. They managed to get in however they do, and that was it. They got in. And luckily, they didn't delete all his content. They just set it all to private or whatever, or unlisted, and he was able to get it back. But
yeah, I watch a lady called Cupcake Trading, I think it's called, and she's all affiliate marketing, and she's got 110,000 subscribers, and she got hacked. Her channel got hacked. It's down for about a week, and she was doing one of these orbits, where they post every single day for a whole year, and I think she was something like 280 days into it, and then it got hacked, and she lost it for a week. But she got it back.
Yeah, I guess there's generally always a good happy ending to these stories, but you never can tell. So make sure you're secure. My one essential plugin would be Duplicate Post, which I think is just useful. You make a quick copy of your posts or your pages. But also I've been enjoying Link Whisper. It's been quite good for the internal linking. I didn't like it originally, but it seems to be a lot better now and helps you identify where you've got posts that haven't got any internal links, because it turns out that internal links are a really big factor in terms of SEO and allowing Google to crawl your site well. But I think actually, I've been in WordPress for quite some time now, and it seems that nowadays the fewer plugins, the better. Really, I used to install plugins for absolutely everything, but now I think you have to be really careful, and especially if we're going for those high speed scores, the less plugins, the better. Which is great when you're using Thrive, because Thrive actually does quite a lot of things for you, doesn't it? That would normally be done by a plugin. So, what else have we got? I've already been through the Christmas films and the Christmas food. Did everyone share their goals? I think we've done everyone's goals, have we? Did we do that? Yeah.
I've got to say,
Okay.
while we're just looking at the chat going down here, I think I'd like to do a bit of a shout out to Helen, who's moderated your channel for quite some time now. And
Yeah.
I think, Doug, is she helping you out, I think, on yours?
Yep. I think I was like, I just got to make some people moderators. I know Helen. Boom. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Helen's awesome. Yeah. So she's done really good, especially, like, say, on Alex's channel. Yeah, she's done amazing.
Yes, Helen,
Yeah,
I'd like to
and
say thank you very
shout
much.
out
You've been a real
Adrian.
help on most of our channels. I think you've been helping everyone. So yeah, really appreciate all your help in the Facebook group, on the YouTube.
We need
Just in
to
everything,
get on the channel. Come on, Helen, get on the channel.
Yeah, I can send you a link, Helen, if you want to jump on.
She won't do it tonight, but
No, all right, we'll have to get her on for another time. I think that's one of my things going into 2021. I want to do even more collaboration videos. I think, you know, getting people on the channel, doing interviews, chatting, it's probably been some of my best content, if I'm honest. So yeah, more guests and more collaborations. And I also think it's a great way to grow your channel. If you haven't like jumped on other people's channels, it's a great way to do it. And I'm also going to be more careful with the products and services that I recommend, because I get emails, and I'm sure you guys do as well, all the time from companies saying you want to try our theme, our plugin, our hosting, our service, whatever it is, and I tend to take most of them. But yeah, I'm going to be more careful with what I'm recommending and whatever, because, you know, they all offer fees, don't they? All offer money and stuff, so it can be quite tempting. But
Yeah.
I think
asked
it's
you, Alex.
Go.
Oh, go ahead, Brian. You got it.
No, I was just going to say, I think that's one thing that's interesting. So I always get, just like you do, I always get these people reaching out, you know, hey, I got this new tool. Hey, I got this, blah, blah, blah. And it's hard to devote the time to go investigate those anyway, like, because we're busy, we got things going on. But I will say, I definitely don't, you know, everything that comes across my desk, I'm not like, hey guys, you got to use this. But one thing that I try to do is at least keep an open mind and look at them, because I've actually come across some really cool tools by doing that, by having that open mind. So I understand what you're saying. It's just tough. You just got to be careful to make sure you don't just like shoot them down, because I've done that before. It is worth it, because there's some really cool things being done out there that you look at and it's like, wow, this is actually really useful. So I found a few just that way before. So.
yeah, I think you're absolutely, you've hit something there, that we get so many emails, and the more, you know, popular, and for want of a better word, you get, the more outreach emails you get from companies and people saying, hi, I've seen your YouTube, I want to, you know, do this and that. And it can be very easy just to like delete. I'm not, you know, I don't know this person, I don't know this product. But actually some of them, as you say, that could be your next big thing. Could be,
Yeah.
you know, whatever it is. Doug, did you want your take on this?
Yeah, and I've struggled with this too. At one point, I was like, yeah, I'll take a look at some of these products and maybe try to use them. But I even asked you, Alex, maybe a couple months ago, I was like, you know what? I mean, I want to try some stuff out, but also I'm not necessarily busy, but I don't want to waste time on stuff that I don't really care about. So I have experimented with like leaving the affiliate model and just saying, hey, you know what? If you pay me X amount, I can promote some stuff. Here's what's involved. So I'm experimenting with that. We all know, like, whatever content that we're creating for, you know, the people that want to learn, it has to be sustainable, right? Like, if we're not earning anything, like, we can't do this anymore. And it's important for us to figure out how to make it work for however we want to do it. If we want to sell courses, have ads, do affiliate offers or whatever. But if we slowly go broke, like creating content, it's not going to work. And then everyone loses. So like, I'm trying to find the balance where I'm like promoting products that are good or services that are good, while I'm not wasting my time and finding a good alignment. So it's a struggle. I mean, it's a good problem that, you know, we potentially have, but yeah, there's a lot of garbage that comes across our email and our inboxes. It's a little tough. I'm curious, have you guys arrived at like the perfect formula, Alex? I mean, I guess you've been around doing this a little longer. And then you did open this by saying, I used to take everything, but now I'm kind of
and I'm kind of your approach there of just taking a fee as well is because I've always been like you just said, I'll try out your product, and if it works and if it's good, then I'll just sign up as an affiliate and I'll learn that way. But maybe being paid is another way to do it. But then I also feel that if the product's not good, then you kind of maybe have to say that it is good because you're being paid. I don't know. There's that fine balance with all these things, with taking sponsorship and all that stuff, is trying to maintain your integrity and your reputation at the same time as trying to promote good products.
And to that note, at the beginning, I usually tell them like, hey, like if it sucks, I'm going to say it sucks. Like that's part of the brand and I don't need your money. I mean, I'm in a great position, right? I don't need their money, but like, I'm not going to like do this as a hobby. So it's interesting, and taking the flat fee, I'm not sure if it's the way to go, but it seems fine so far. So anyway, what about you,
believe in
Carl?
the product? I think it's fine if you, but if you, that's the main thing. The product's got to be good, hasn't it? At the end of the day, if the product's good, then it doesn't really matter how you're getting remunerated. Adrian, again, thank you. Please don't send me any more chats. I don't want you to skint yourself by sending me all your money. The chat revenue this evening is up to £236.24, which is again, $260, $270. That's amazing. Thank you all for your support. I'm going to be sending it off to UNICEF at the end of the stream, which will be very shortly. There was a couple of people that haven't made it onto the stream, which I'm going to give a quick shout out. Maybe they'll hear through the ether and come and join us. We were going to have Adam from Niche Website Builders, who I know that Doug knows very well, and Chris from Niche Safari, we've already mentioned, who again has been a friend of the channel and a previous guest, but he's out in the snow, got a bad phone signal, but that's fine. And then Daryl has said he was going to join us as well, but it's the wrong time. And I also reached out to Leon, who was going to try and join us, Leon Angus, which I know a number of you are familiar with. But I think it's his son's birthday today, so maybe that's obviously turned into a late one. I think he's only a toddler, but I don't know.
And Leon's usually late for everything, so he'll probably show up at 12 o'clock or something.
Yeah. Though he is a train driver, so you can't be too late for too many things.
Well, that's why.
That's why the London Underground is never on time. And Fix as well was invited, but he was busy. I mean, I think there's a great group of YouTubers now that we're all connected through various different things through each other and companies and stuff. And I think it's really great that we can, we've got this community and we've got together. Do I need another horn for Adrian? Okay. Thank you, Helen. She tells me what I need to do. Thank you. So, before we wrap up, what was I going to say? So, I think, did we talk about your goals for 2021, Ron? I know you're selling your site. And
yeah, that's a goal.
Yeah, members of my community have already been messaging me with links to Flipper with potentially the sites. I'll be checking out that in a minute. I think someone has found it. The way you
I'm sure they have. It's one of the higher priced ones, and it's right there. I don't want to say it because I don't want to make a buyer mad. That's why I'm really weird about it. But
yeah, the starting price is 150. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's the one. That's all I'll say about it. But yeah, it's you could definitely connect the dots if you look on Flipper. There's no. I just don't want to say the domain. That's all I'm trying.
What an interesting niche. No one would ever come up with that niche unless they stumbled across it for
Yep. But yeah, so goals. You want me to talk about goals?
Yeah. What's your plan for 2021? More work, less work? What are you going to be doing?
Well, it'll be nice if I have a big exit to start the year off. That would be really good.
The rest of the year off, then, yeah, we can just relax.
No, I wish. I'm just not built that way. I definitely would take a nice vacation if that all happened. But I think my goal at this point, I've kind of realized, because I have a portfolio of 7 sites, I've realized that I have too much. There's just too much going on. So what I'm trying to do is kind of condense things down and really focus on a few different projects, maybe 3, maybe 4 at a time at the most. So I think 2021 will be more paring down and really focusing on certain areas. But I will say that 1 Hour Professor the brand, definitely 100% going to keep focusing on the YouTube and really focusing hard on the blog. I've been doing a lot of that this year, a obscene amount, and that's been going pretty well. It's starting to grow, so it's starting to get some legs. So really just focus on that and the YouTube, growing that. And then, I always, my thing is, if I'm going to be in this area, I have to keep practicing what I preach. I never want to be one of those guys that just talks about online marketing and never does anything. I always want to be doing some project where I'm still in the trenches a little bit. So I think that'll be my focus. I believe I will be starting one new site next year that I do have long-term plans for. So that's really it, just a new site and really the focus on my current site and my portfolio, and then trying to condense it down. So.
And what's your plan or goal with YouTube? Is that just a bit of fun, or?
I do intend on eventually, with 1 Hour Professor, I intend on creating courses and all that. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. Like, that's really the biggest problem, right? So I do intend on doing it. I'm going to kind of go the route of John Dykstra and doing piecemeal courses, like, hey, this one's about keyword research, as opposed to one grandiose course. I prefer that. So I'm going to be doing that. But I haven't had the time, and I don't, not to say I'm super rich, but like, I'm not hurting for the money at the moment, so it's not like the highest priority thing. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, and then I will be building out the courses as this year goes on too. So that's going to be a big part of the personal brand. So
cool. Just one quick thing. What is the poster behind you, the salary one? What is the message on that? That looks interesting.
Oh, I wish. It's actually really cool. So it says salary, and it says the bribe they give you to stop chasing your dreams. I like that one.
Wow, that's the quote. Yeah.
A little cliche, but I thought it was pretty cool. I ordered that one special. I thought it was pretty neat. It's in my YouTube videos. It's usually, if I'm standing up, it's right in the background. I like that one. I think it resonates and says the right message. So yeah. And
the one below, is that something that says that quitting is how it started or something?
Yeah, that's like something my wife picked up. When you feel like quitting, remember why you started. That one doesn't mean as much to me. So.
No, but the other one is fantastic.
Yeah.
Let me just go to a few comments from the chat. You should all do case study sites. It's from Phil, by the way, on your channels as a challenge for 2021, and the winner wins all the other sites. Well, maybe.
I like the idea of doing a case study, but potentially losing my site because someone does better, I wouldn't be down with that.
Yeah, you wouldn't want Doug to come and take your site, would you?
Or me take his.
Yeah.
I know Amelia's got a bit of a group going where everybody's building sites in next year.
Yeah, she did mention that.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool to kind of work. There's going to be competitive, though, isn't it? You think? But there's so many factors going on, different niches and all stuff.
Yeah, I've joined in on that, so she convinced me to do it. But so I'm going to do another case study, because obviously I sold like my main case study, and then everybody said that you need something else that's a bit more public. So I'm going to do the same. So I've said I'd join in on January the 2nd, build a case study with a bit of a difference though. At the end of the year, I'm going to add as much content as I can. I'm going to grow it for a year. And then on January the 2nd, 2022, I'm going to give it away. So,
that is a fantastic case study. That's a brave, bold case study.
It might be stupid if it's worth 20 or 30 grand, but I said I'd do it.
Think of the YouTube content though. The YouTube content would be fantastic.
Well, it'll be a year of content, that's for sure.
Yeah. In terms of my lovely viewers, audience, there's a few of you that I know, like Stu Robot Fighting, that do want to jump in. And as soon as we've got like 5 minutes left, I'm going to post the link now. And if any of my lovely viewers want to join us, click on that
Alex,
link.
I actually, not to interrupt you, I got to bounce because I got a call for this.
That's fine. Right, that's fine. We're going to wrap up now anyway.
Yeah, so
you got business, you got a site to sell. I think a few of the chat have found your site. But
hopefully, yeah. But thank you guys. Appreciate it, Alex. It was fun. Let me know next time. I'll definitely be here.
We'll catch up in the new year. We'll do something in the new year, definitely.
Sounds good. All right, see you guys later.
See you later, Ron. Thanks for dropping by.
No problem. Bye-bye.
So, and then they were free.
Oh,
well, it's been great. We've had some great guests. I mean, it was a gamble, really, wasn't it, to ask this many people to come onto a live stream at one time, but it seems to have worked. I'm glad I ditched Zoom. Ecamm has worked so much better. It's the best streaming software I think you can get.
It's amazing. Yeah, I love it.
Ecamm is fantastic. And well, I don't think anyone is going to come on, much to my relief, which is good. But let me just tot up the total. I'm going to do a giveaway. I think we should. It's Christmas. I've got free mugs that I'm going to be giving away right now. So I'm going to do 3 spins of the wheel. So if you are currently watching the stream, and I know there's about 90 of you still with us, which is fantastic, really, 2 hours in. Where is the Christmas music? That is a good point. Let's get the Christmas music going. And let us do... Adrian, seriously, man, you've donated more than enough. Another 25 rond there. Let's cut out the music. Let's get the music going. So yeah, we've got 3 mugs. If you want to win a fantastic WP Eagle mug, they're perfect for any type of liquid, hot or cold. They're available in white, so they match pretty much any kitchen suite that you happen to have. Let's have a look. So just say something in the chat within the next 30 seconds and you will be entered into the wheel of names, which I'm going to bring up right now.
I still think your biggest donation the last stream is still one of the biggest I've ever seen. $250.
$250. I still think that was a typo.
No, one I spoke to. Yeah, I spoke to MMK the other day. I did a live chat with him, and no, he said he genuinely meant it.
Well, where is MMK in tonight?
I think he said he couldn't make this one, but he's going to make your next one.
Okay. That was a fantastic thing. I mean, the only thing is Google take 30% of everything. But hey, it's still amazing. I never thought I'd get any super chats. Right, so here is the wheel of names. I think I can put us in the corner. Let's or I can put me in the corner. Hang on a second, hang on. We've got a special guest.
Yeah, finally here. Woo! Sorry. Okay.
What's up, man?
This is Stupid Robot Fighting League, regular on the channel. How are you, man?
Oh, excellent. Well, what I have to do first is kill the audio on your... there we go. Now I can hear you properly. Excellent. Hello.
Hello, world. Well, how is New Zealand?
New Zealand is very warm. I'm actually wearing
because it's summer over there right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's summer over here at the moment, and my nose is running. Excuse me. There we go.
Show business.
Yes, it's summer over here. Yes, it's yeah. We were going to talk about the double-decker wheelbarrow, Alex.
Yes. So you were recently on New Zealand News, weren't you, pushing a wheelbarrow down a parade to promote your business?
Yes. We just finished a Japanese fight championship that just aired in Japan, and it was a fantastic opportunity. We could have promoted your.
You should have had a wheel along down the side of it.
Yeah. Down the side.
Oh, yeah. It was just a beautiful opportunity for you, and it just slid by out of your hands.
So Helen, are you there? I can see a dark shadow. I can't hear anything. Helen, do come in. I see you're muted. I don't know if I can unmute you. I don't think I can. That dark shadow in the right hand corner there is Helen.
Where's Helen?
She has got a face on it. I've seen it.
Because if she comes on, I can give her a hug. Hang on,
Helen, yeah, nearly. Although your arms have disappeared.
Oh, Helen. Hey, can you scratch my back?
Oh, she's gone.
Oh, she's gone. She's gone.
Anyway,
yeah.
We've gone into craziness. Anyway, thanks for joining us, John. But anyway, I've got a draw to do. I need to go and do the draw. Let me do that. I'll come back to you guys in a second.
I'll be quiet.
Okay, so let me get your names. This is for we're going to do 3 draws. If I can just grab the participants. Let's get the Christmas music back on. Oh, I see you there, Yasser. I got you. Okay, here we go. Ready to spin. I think we need a drum roll. If your name comes up, just drop me an email to eagle@wpeagle and I will sort you out your... Oh, it has to be Dino. Now, Dino, I know you've already got my email address. So, Dino, I think you are due a WP Eagle mug at this point. So, a perfect winner there. I'm going to scoop up the names one more time. If you want to participate, just say something in the chat and hopefully your name will appear. You deserve it, Dino. You've been working very hard on your sites this year. I know that. Okay, now for mug number 2. Oh, hang on the drum roll. Hello, Andrew. Oh, another regular who also deserves a mug. Cool. Fantastic. Regular on the streams. People know that Koo is a valued participant. So, yeah, well deserved. Drop me an email with your address and I'll get the mug on its way to you. I can't guarantee Christmas delivery, I'm afraid, but it'll get there when it gets there. Although we did have some merch get to Australia all fine the other day, so it's perfect. So this is for the final mug. Hopefully member 2 months won't work. Won't win even. Let's go. Oh, it has to be. Wow, the wheel tonight has picked all of the regulars. Jason, you're a winner. Jason, have you already got a mug? I think you've got a mug, but you can't have too many WP Eagle mugs, I don't think. So there we go, 3 mugs. Let's go back to our guests and wrap it up. Hey, there we are. So well done to Koo, Jason, and Dino. 3 mugs all done. Perfect. Well, that brings us to the end of the stream. Did you enjoy it, John?
Me?
Yeah.
Did I enjoy it?
You just actually fascinated that you're on the camera.
Yes, it's great. I love being in front of a camera. Look at that.
I'm gonna have to cut you off. It's a bad line.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I would too. Sorry, you've got awesome grown-ups on the channel. It's fantastic. Well done.
No. Grown-ups, I think. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to close the stream now.
Fair enough.
Let everyone know. Thank you, John, and thank you for your support, and good luck with your channel.
Yeah, thanks. See you later. Bye.
Yeah, John's gone. Right, and thank you, Carl, and thank you, Doug. I can still hear you.
Thanks, Alex.
Yeah, I can still hear John in my ear.
I'll mute myself.
Go away.
His channel is actually really, really funny. It is.
Yeah, do check out his channel. It's you'll have never seen anything like it before in your life.
Yeah, and you want to build one as soon as you see what it's all about, Doug. You'll want to build one.
Doug's like frozen in time.
Oh, what's happening?
You've stopped moving. It's all gone wrong.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you, but you're not moving. Oh no, now you're moving. I think there's a bad connection. Anyway, thank you guys, and have a good Christmas and a New Year, Carl and Doug, and all of my guests. Yeah. And I'm sure we'll collaborate and do something together in 2021. But I'm going to bid everyone goodbye. I'm going to turn to the other camera. So I'll speak to you guys.
Cheers. Thanks.
Wow, you guys enjoy that? I enjoyed that. That was an incredible stream. I've still got a little bit of beer left. It was a brave move. Thank you, stupid robot. I think you brought a bit of fun to the stream. But cheers, everyone. Thanks for all your support this year. And in previous years, in fact. For the many years that I've been on YouTube, I really do appreciate you being here on a Tuesday night. You watching my videos and you leaving comments and clicking the like button and all the good stuff that you do to help me out. I really do appreciate it. I hope that maybe I've helped you, inspired you, or done something that's of value in your life. So I wish you all the best Christmas, and I hope 2021 is a better year. I know 2020 has been a bit of a tough one, but it can only get better, can't it, really? When you're at the bottom, the only way is up. Was it Yaz? I don't know. But yeah, thank you. Well, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Let me just check the final total on the Super Chats. Yeah, it's £240.91. So that money will be going off to UNICEF. I'll send that off and I'll I'll screenshot the receipt or something and post that so that you can see when that's gone. But yeah, thank you all for your support. And, well, I'm not going to be on now until after Christmas, until January. There's no Thursday stream this week because isn't that Christmas or is that Christmas Eve? It's something like that. Christmas Eve. So I'll be doing some Christmassy stuff. But I'll see you all in January. Good luck with your sites and just good luck in general. And yeah, thank you. And I'll see you in January. Better do the countdown, I guess. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, JP. Thank you, John. Thank you, Michelle, Marchants, Femi, Stupid Rope Fighting, Lee, Gabrielle, R7, Justin, Jason, Koo, Nomad Overseas, Gabrielle, Helen, of course, Michelle, Bradbury, Sue, J5, Bram. You're all fantastic. If I didn't mention your name, I do apologise. It's been pretty hectic tonight, but I do appreciate you, and I did see your chat. Just quickly scroll past my eyes, and I'll catch up with you in January. See you later. I just got to find the button. Bye-bye.